It's the Wednesday wrap-up show!
Impressive. What up,
like
everybody?
Yet.
I'll take it.
Hello,
I'll
hello.
take it. What up, baby? What's going on, BCL family? What up?
What's going on?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm thoroughly
Derek,
excited.
I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
it's a good shirt.
My
Sure,
favorite
that's
panel
pretty
picture of all time.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is the significance of that panel piece, pray tell? Would you please tell the family?
Oh, absolutely. So there is one of our grails in the Black Comic Lords community is Weird Fantasy number 17.
Mhm.
And Weird Fantasy is an anthology.
It's 18.
Oh, 18. Yep, sorry. 18. I don't know how I forgot that. And as one of the stories is called Judgment Day, and it features a story with a major twist at the end, because you find out that a character by the way, this is 19, I forget the year now, 47.
I wanted to say 46.
Wow, my memory's going bad. Yeah.
Oh, listen,
It's golden age. It's golden age, and the net of it is you find out that a character isn't exactly who you might have thought that character might have been, and it's a major reveal, and it left a lot of readers really being introspective about themselves and their society.
1952.
52.
That
Okay.
was so
I'll take it.
polite the way you said that, Derek.
I mean, we gotta be
Yeah.
PC. It's
Derek
the
is
first 10
nothing but polite.
minutes. It's the first 10 minutes. We gotta be PC.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's up, fam? Who we got here today?
Oh, we got
Onyx
Onyx
Justice.
Justice.
That's a dope name. Went to pick up Titans 37 and it was sold out. Look.
That's what I want to hear.
I told y'all
warned
how many
everybody.
months I've been
Yes.
telling y'all to pre-order that Titans
pre-order.
37.
Pre-order.
I don't want to hear
Pre-order.
anybody say, I didn't know Static was
Well,
gonna
hold
be
on.
I've been warning you.
Paul, the question you have to ask Onyx is, when he said he went to pick it up, is it sold out, meaning that he pre-ordered it, or his LCS made a faux pas, or he didn't listen to pre-order Paul? That's the question that you have to
Good
ask.
question. Yeah.
Nobody
that's the
listens
question.
to pre-order for Paul.
He
Nobody
might be hiding out in the comments and not answering.
That is the
But he
question.
might have pre-ordered it, and he was just saying it was already sold out.
Exactly. So that's
good
what,
that he got his pre-order, but anybody who didn't pre-order,
so that's why I'm like, pre-order Paul needs to investigate and find out. Use your
Let us know, Onyx. Let us know.
yeah, let us
Use your
know.
lawyering detective
A
skill.
phone name A for amazing. Oh, that's Angel.
Yep.
I got one. Wasn't many left. You know, you can just verbally say that, Angel.
Listen, let the lady enjoy herself.
She's encouraging.
So, just so you are aware, that comment was before the show started, and I didn't want the fam in there to just be by themselves, so I was having the conversation.
You were doing your job. Thank you, Angel. Stand on point. Stand on point. Shout out to AJ. Welcome. Stephanie Williams.
Wait. I don't know who that is. That could be some chat GPT. That could be some stock image. I don't know. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. You got to confirm. That might be a stock situation.
That's not Stephanie J. Williams. That's like Stephanie K. Williams or something.
Word. Like they just some random ass black girl. Not even. So I don't know who that is.
We need image verification on that one too.
Yeah. I need some image
verification. That's the Rio version.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, Stephanie, you need to say something. You need to have a code word so that we know that this is you. Something that happens. We need a code word. I don't know if this is real Stephanie or not. I don't know.
The code word should be underoos.
We got
Marwan, what's
comics in the chat too. Yeah, Marwan, how you doing?
We just got started. We going to the underoos.
Junior Carter, what up? Yo, what's up, Malcolm?
Malcolm McFadden, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, word. We need FaceTime.
You're in the building.
My OG.
Very nice.
Quid pro quo evening. KP. All right, liked and share. Eclectic blurred reach.
Yep.
I'm not going front. Oracle background always has something going on. Always has something dope going on. I love it.
All right.
That is Young Justice.
Young Justice, yeah.
Is that
all right? So
with
we're
the,
all in the game. We're all in the game.
Yeah.
Look, before we get started, everyone, we have a lot of dope stuff going on in the community right now. A lot of projects, a lot of events. San Diego Comic-Con's next week. We're going to talk a little bit about that. A lot of dope Kickstarters. We saw Malcolm out here. He's got dope Kickstarters going on at 615 Comics that you should be supporting.
We got this one.
We have our own Kickstarter. Speaking of Kickstarters, one that is near and dear to our hearts is our boy Big DJ Big Phil has Finding 52. Now, for those who may not know, because you've been under a rock or just new to the channel or what have you, one of the most, well, I shouldn't say one of the most important or favorite, but definitely important Black comic book superhero characters of all time is the Black Panther. What's interesting is the original art pages from his introduction into the world in Fantastic Four 52 are ghost. Nobody knows where they are. They are stuff of legend. The original pencils that Jack Kirby put to paper when creating and sharing that character for the first time, nobody knows where they are. DJ Big Phil is on a quest, an epic quest to travel the world and track those pages down. But he needs each and every one of y'all's help to do so. Any contributions you can give toward helping him track down those pages and document it in a film that is labeled Finding 52 would be greatly appreciated. There's only about a week and a half, 2 weeks left on this campaign. And we really need to get the money coming in so that he can complete that project. Not for himself, but honestly for the culture, for all comics culture, because he is one of the most important comic book characters of all time. And for all of comic book culture, this is something that everyone who's in the comics should be supporting. So please do so.
Yeah.
What else we got?
I mean,
speaking of important movements, we have the Ink Alliance. The Ink Alliance, also for those who don't know, a group of all of the comic book shops in the United States. Less than 1% of those are owned by Black people. There are tremendous disadvantages in the space of comics retail for Black people, people of color, etc. And to sort of combat that, to sort of deal with that, a group of these creators, a group of these retailers have pooled their resources together to form a coalition, an economic coalition, if you will, to do what any one store couldn't do singularly. And by doing so, sort of the kickoff for this special comic book done by the great Sanford Green for Titans number 38, New Titans 38, Static's official introduction into DC Universe, or reintroduction into DC Universe. It's exclusive only to these stores when that book drops, which I believe is, what is it, August 28th? Something like that?
August 8th it drops, and then the website supposed street date is August.
Let's do this, Paul. Let's pull up the page.
So if you want this, huh?
Yeah, let's just do this. I'm gonna share the page quickly.
Pull up the Ink Alliance.
Oh yeah, please do.
That. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Come on, producer doing his production.
So if you go to the inkalliance.org, you can find out.
Ink Alliance. Yep.
Yep. About the Ink Alliance. And you can see the release schedule for this, their first exclusive.
Nice. First of many, hopefully.
And then anything that's left that hasn't been sold from pre-orders will go on sale on the 23rd. And if you're just wondering who is in the Ink Alliance, well, let's just take a moment to show you. And maybe in the chat, pick out the one. Let us know which one is the closest to you. So we've got Acme Comics in Greensboro, North Carolina. That's down the road from me.
It's not on the screen, dude.
Oh, Well, let me try again.
Producing. Come on, man.
Yeah, let's do this one more time.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, Acme Comics, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Tell people again what this website is.
Oh, yes. So this is the inkalliance.org. And this is a site where you can find out about the Ink Alliance, first of all. You can also find out about the Alliance members. We'll walk through that quickly. And then they also have a page where you can see the exclusives that you can buy through those stores. And as I was stating earlier, new Titans 38, this limited edition of 1000 Stanford Green cover goes on is available in stores on the 19th of August. And then if you didn't pre-order from them, anything that's remaining will be available to pick up on the 23rd. So
I do have to add a tidbit that when you do the pre-order, you have to be able to pick up in person.
Yep.
So because I'm friends with Windu Comics here in Florida, that has been a big thing as people are calling to pre-order. But if you're not able to physically pick up on release day, you do not qualify to purchase it. It does require you to go into each
you have to pick it on the 19th.
On the 19th in person.
Okay.
I might have to skip work so I can make sure I get my copy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what? I'm not gonna say anything because it doesn't affect me. But I do have to at least speak for those that aren't me. That's not fair. I do feel no. I gotta be fair. Fair is fair, right? I can't just be greedy. But no, I do understand, and then there is I'm being very delicate, but I'm being fair. There is a community of individuals. Remove whatnot from the equation, but there is a community of individuals that do feel alienated to a degree because they are worried and they are afraid of the monsters, such as myself and other individuals. They are afraid that by the time this gets online, they may not be able to partake and grab anyone. They are worried about that.
I don't quite understand that because exclusives is not a new subject. Any type of exclusive
It's not. However,
have very rigid rules in order to even get the book. So this is literally no different than any other super exclusive.
It is, and let me explain. Let me remove myself from the equation. I'm just being the spokesperson because I got to be fair to everyone.
Okay.
There is a community that is used to just perfect example. Felix Sketch Art. They had the Sanford Green 4 the hard way, right? You could have picked it up in the store, Third Eye Comics, or go online and pick it up and pre-order, and they limited it one per person. And some individuals are like, wait, so if I can't get it online, I have to wait. I mean, if I can't get it in store, I have to wait to get it online. And they're afraid, and their fear is justified, that, hey, by the time it gets online, other individuals may usurp or get it, and I have now completely washed away my chance of getting it. That is a legit feeling. That's fair. It's a legit feeling.
It is valid.
Yeah. Nonetheless, make sure you do the best that you can to pick these books up. Derek, what else we got?
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make sure you all have this link. I'll post that in the chat. What I was doing was just quickly doing a quick walkthrough of the companies, the local comic stores. So we've got Acme Comics in Greensboro, North Carolina, Blurred's Underground Comics and Collectibles in LaGrange, Illinois, and we've got let's see, the Challenges Games and Comics in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, Cuts and Comics, Newman, Georgia, Eastgate Comics in High Point, North Carolina, Gulf Coast Comics in Houston, Texas, Offbeat Comics in Jackson, Mississippi, and the Comic Den in Los Angeles, California, and then Third Coast Comics in Chicago, and Windu's in Orlando, Florida. So
Claremont, but yeah, close enough.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. So Oracle, check this out. I was thinking about this, and I was like, "Is this the list?" Like, and people are like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, in terms of like my brain goes, wait, you're forgetting it. But the one I'm thinking about in terms of shop, you're forgetting the shop. But I'm like, no, Amalgam's dead. Unfortunately, I wish she was still here in terms of the shop.
Oh, yeah.
But I wish Amalgam was still here. But I'm
Philadelphia.
like, is this really like the list of LCS? Because outside of Amalgam and maybe a few others that are culturally adjacent, I got to put in my Bulletproof Comics. I mean,
there's a few more. There's a few more, but I don't think all have joined.
But outside of that, I'm like, is this really the list of LCSs?
This is who were able to partake immediately
in the first wave.
This is not all of them. Yes.
Fair.
Yeah, it's a process to get people to shine up and whatever. So this is not all the shops. This is just the first wave.
I agree, but my brain goes, I would say maybe we're missing 3 or 4. I would if I was
it's more than that.
Okay, good. So then I'm excited for that because my
I don't think this is the exhaustive list. This is just those that joined in this initial wave. So hopefully, as this gains traction, more Black-owned LCSs will join the community and
I would love
build this coalition further.
I would love it. Derek.
All right.
Because big things are going.
Here we go.
Yes.
All right. Now, as we mentioned last week, damn, I'm losing it. I'm really losing it. As you mentioned earlier, next week is the Eisners. Now, this is an unprecedented Eisner.
Talk about it.
The amount of people that look like us who have been nominated for this prestigious award is unprecedented. But even more so, we have people like my hero, the GOAT, Dennis Cowan, finally getting his Lifetime Achievement Award. We have people like Maria Ayodele, who is nominated for ongoing series of the year with Storm, a book that was, by all objective counts, a fantastic series, was being successful, was selling, and was still unceremoniously canceled. And we have people like the Noir's The New Black anthology, that team being nominated for an anthology book. So much talent in one space from us. And then finally, we have, not finally, but also we have the real Stephanie Williams, not the nominated for Writer of the Year.
Ooh, talk about that for a minute.
A position that has not been won by another Black person since Dwayne McDuffie. What was it, 17 years ago? 20 years ago, something like that?
I don't recall.
And certainly the first Black woman ever nominated for it.
Wait, really?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Oh, shoot.
So this is a special year. This is a special year. I was actually on the phone with John Jennings. Shout out to Professor John Jennings. It's my dude. Before I jumped on, and he was telling me about some of the ceremonies that go on. Dennis Cowan actually has his own, I just found this out, his own special ceremony that's going to be going on for him specifically.
That's so exciting.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
I'm going to try my best to somehow sneak my way in.
Somebody will help you.
Oh, this is not a public ceremony. It's just like for elites.
Yeah, it's for elites.
Okay.
So maybe I'll dress up as a waiter or something and try and sneak my way in or something. But anyway, so here's the thing. To demystify what is the Eisners? What does it represent? Why should we care? What is the importance of this? I know we have comments. People are like, well, we don't need affirmation from them. We should be affirming ourselves. I get all that. But objectively speaking, this is considered a great honor. It's considered the peak of awards from just comics. You are being selected as being objectively dope. So yeah, there's some weight in that. There's some recognition in that. There's some importance in that. And the fact that so many of us are finally getting the recognition that we already knew about. We already knew. All these people we already knew they were dope. We've been buying their books for years.
That's right.
They are just now finding out about it. So that is kind of cool to see the rest of comicdom catch up to what our community has already known about the talent that we have within our community and the stories that reflect us that deserve further light and shine. To speak on these matters, to demystify and to enlighten us about the Eisners is none other than Eisner winner herself, Ms. Regine Sawyer. Now, before we bring her on, for those who may not know who Regine Sawyer is, she's a pioneering figure in comic book industry. She wears multiple hats as a writer, editor, and founder of Women in Comics NYC Collective International, WINK. Her creative talents have given life to works like The Rippers, Eating Vampires, and Ice Witch. Regine Sawyer is the driving force behind Lockett Down Productions, a small press that exclusively features female comic book artists with a particular focus on women of color. Through her work with the Women in Comics NYC Collective International, she is an Eisner winner, the Bob Clampett Humanitarian Award Recipient in 2024, and a Glyph Award Winner, Pioneer Lifetime Achievement Award, Glyph Awards of 2019. She is also a judge for this year's 2026 Eisner Awards. So without further ado, Ms. Regine Sawyer.
My OG.
Hey, y'all. Good evening.
Hey.
I just have to
I
correct.
should have said chocolates, Regine Sawyer.
No, don't say it like that. Let's not listen.
I immediately regretted I said that.
Listen. Let's not put the possession there, okay?
We're not possessed black women. I just want to correct something. My Lockett Down Productions is not exclusively hire women. I don't know how that rumor started, but I've hired a lot of women, but not exclusively.
Out.
Well, thank you for that clarification. So, welcome to the show. I promised and threatened that we'd get you on here when we met in Heroes Con. We're very blessed to have you. Why don't we start by talking about your entry into comics? Tell us your comic book origin story.
I was a nerdy kid, and I came from a very nerdy family. When I was a little girl, about 4 or 5 years old, my father started me out by reading the Sunday Funnies to me, and we read them cover to cover, including Kathy. And he always wanted to know why I wanted to know about a depressed 35-year-old woman. But I was just like, Daddy, I love cartoons. Like, just please read it to me. So that sort of like kicked me off. My mother was a painter. God rest her soul. Some of her paintings are behind me. And she loved the arts. And she introduced me to fine art. But she would also make up stories at night when I like to put me to sleep. And that got my mind going just in terms of creativity. And then I also had my older brother who's 13 years older than me. And we would watch Incredible Hulk. We would watch Greatest American Hero. I know I'm dating myself.
Oh my God.
Superman, all the Superman movies, Batman 67. And he introduced me to mainstream comics. I mean, my father, like I said, we read the Sunday Funnies. He would buy like Archie comics, Jughead, Betty and Veronica. But my brother was like, you got to look at try out these. So my first introduction to mainstream comics was the original X-Men Nintendo game, the classic Nintendo, not Super, not 64, Nintendo Classic. And I was introduced specifically to Mohawk Storm, and I fell in love. I fell in love. I had to get to know her. I had to know what she was about. And so I started collecting X-Men Classic. And I was about 8 or 9 years old. Probably 9, probably closer to 9. And once I started like collecting those, I wanted more. I wanted more stories. And on top of that, not only did I want more story, I want to know more about the characters. So I started collecting comic book cards. And I have a comic book collection. That's the essay I wrote for Marvel's Voices about my comic book card collection and how a little boy in school tried to steal them from me. But what I loved the most about the cards was the descriptions, like in the back of the cards about who the characters were, what they were about, what their motto was. And once I started collecting the cards, I knew I wanted to write stories. So I didn't initially like start writing like comic book stories. Like I would write like little like prose things. Let
me stop you right there. You mentioned some little boy stole your comic book cards when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Did you ever get them back?
I got some of them back. I'm gonna
give you the opportunity, if you so choose, to be petty and put them on blast right now and say, you stole my cards. Go ahead.
So Jamel stole my cards.
I mean, she doesn't remember the name.
124 in South Ozone Park, Queens. Stole my cards. I got some of them back. I told the teacher, and she was confused. She was like, "Why do you like this? Like, you like comic cards?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he stole them. Can I get them back, please? Like, she was so like befuddled about the fact that I was a girl collecting comic cards. Like, she wasn't taking the time to get the damn things back. And so when my mother came up to the school and she's telling her like, yeah, like this little boy stole her cards. And my mother at the time, I don't think she realized that I was collecting the cards, because I would just buy them like when I was with my father and stuff. And I really didn't think much about it. But even my mother said to me, like, you like this? I said, yes, I love it. And from there, my mother was a staunch supporter of me, like doing stuff like with comics, collecting comics, even to the point that once she saw that I was like drawing characters, because I still have my sketchbooks where I was just creating characters just off the dome, like hundreds of them. It was crazy. She called Marvel's offices and she asked to speak to John Romita Sr.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he spoke to her twice. She said like, hey, my daughter has like these characters, like what can she do with them? Like, does Marvel have a program where you buy characters? Like, what is that? And he took the time to talk to her again, like twice about it. So he always has a special place in my in my heart. This is the early 90s. Like, they were answering the phone back then. You know.
Wow.
But to fast forward a bit, I continued to like collect comics through high school. I was still drawing, but I was writing. I was writing primarily just regular like prose stories to make to get scholarships for college. But I hadn't like started scripting and stuff. So while I was in high school, I started creating an actual story, and that was born out of just I was in a library, and it was the first time the library was introduced to manga, and probably the entire library system. And so they didn't realize that there was a lot of stuff in these mangas that kids shouldn't be looking at. And so I opened one particular manga, and it was very sexually violent. And as a 16, 17-year-old girl, I mean, I was horrified, and I was just like, there has to be something more than this. And I said, well, I'm going to like buckle down and finally start like working on something. And that first official thing was The Rippers, which like 10 years later was the first book that comic book that I published out of Lockett Down Productions. But to jump another 10 years, I graduated college. I was working as a corporate food manager, and I was having like a really terrible day. And I went to a movie theater, and I decided to see Superman Returns. And I know a lot of people have various feelings about that movie, but that movie is the reason why I'm sitting here with you today. I was watching it, and because I was looking at the actor Brandon Routh, and I started crying because he reminded me of a character I created. And I said, you know what, I gotta do this. I gotta figure this out. Like I've been creating these characters. I write well. I've been in some writing programs and stuff with the National Book Foundation. I got the scholarships for college with my writing. I said, I can figure this out. I can do this. And so this was like June of 2006. And by, I think that October, I had met a comic book, independent comic book publisher, Superhuman Works, Rob Taylor. I met him at Midtown Comics here in New York City. And he overheard me chatting with one of my friends about me thinking about getting a secondary bachelor's in cartooning. And he said, well, what are you working on? What are you doing? And I told him. He said, well, maybe we can work together. Maybe we can figure something out. So from there, I became his managing editor. And I had a lot of experience in terms of like editing prose and things of that nature. But this was my first foray into comics. So it was a crash course in learning how to not only write comics, but how to manage artists, learning what it is to go to conventions, how that works. Also finding artists, things of that nature. So I learned how to write comics in a couple of ways. One, I was transcribing his handwritten 1-subject, 2-subject notebook scripts. That's number one. Number two, I just bought a whole bunch of books about writing comics, and I would practice. I also would download scripts from like because there was like a comic book there was like a sort of like I guess like a comic book script digest. And so like you could find all these scripts, and I just kept playing with them and just figuring it out. So I stayed at Superhuman Works for about a year. So by the end of 2007, I said, I can do this for myself. We're going to figure this out, and we're going to start our own company. And that's what I did. And that's how Lockett Down Productions was born. And
where did the name Lockett Down come from?
Oh, Lockett's my middle name.
Okay.
It's my grandmother's maiden name. So my mother wanted to honor her mother. So I'm Regine Lockett Sawyer.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So it's a play on words for sure. But yeah, so that's how that company was born. And I published my first comic in 2009. That was The Rippers. And then I published Ice Witch. I published Eating Vampires. But then fast.
There we go.
Go ahead.
So what's The Rippers about?
The Rippers, long story short, is about a bounty hunter, an intergalactic bounty hunter. And she's, what's going on?
Why is Chocolate laughing?
You didn't know my middle name was Lockett? How you not know that? How you not know that?
I was being
How you not know that?
I was letting my OG cook, and I was like, go ahead, OG, let them know what you got. I was like, go ahead, Paul, do your interview thing. And then here comes Stephanie talking about Chocolate. You want me to let you know this is the real me? Boom. Boom.
Yes, that's my middle name.
How sad is it? We can't even tell if it's the real Stephanie because we're worried about AI and crazy.
Well, also y'all not in the chat like that. Like I recognize those numbers. That's her.
Listen, you know what it is? I need this to say non-grill Stephanie Williams, and then I'll know it's her.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. Matter of fact, chat, you know what to do. I gave you Fubu Comics. Listen, non-grill. I need it. Figure it out. I need it. Y'all know what to do, chat. Paul, back to you.
All right. No, back to Regine. Tell us about The Rippers. Bounty hunter.
So The Rippers is about an intergalactic bounty hunter who is she's accused of killing her boss, but she doesn't remember. and so it's a whole journey for her to figure out, like, did I do this thing? Why did I do it? And not only that, there's a lot of other things that come into play where she kind of like has to help other people and support them while she's picking through her shattered memory.
Wow. And Deadbeats?
So Deadbeats, volumes 1 and 2, those are anthologies. And from A Wave Blue World, they're an amazing company, publishing company out of New York City.
Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler is amazing. And so they asked me to write some stories, and I did. But the thing is, when I write for anthologies, I always write stories from my universes.
Oh damn. Sun Tzu just said, y'all don't have these books? So basically what he's letting us know.
Sun Tzu, slow down. It's my OG. Slow down.
All
copies
of that book are about to be bought.
I know what Sun Tzu's doing. Slow down. It's my OG. Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah.
Slow down.
if you're gonna want copies of these books, you're gonna have to go to Sun Tzu's Art of War, whatnot, because the rest of the copies in the universe are gonna disappear.
He's right about disappearing. I can tell you that.
I'm sorry, Regine. Tell us what the Deadbeats is about.
So Deadbeats is a really cool concept. It's like the Crypt Keeper. It's like Tales from the Crypt. And so you go into sort of like this haunted like record shop that has records and odds and ends, and they has these haunted pieces in it. And so for volume 1, that story is called Gold Dust Woman, and that's a story that's out of my Eating Vampires universe. And it's a really short story, but it's essentially about a dancer, and people expect one thing and you get another, and that's how I'm gonna say that for the first Deadbeat story. And so for volume 2, it's the same concept, but it's in London. And for the story that I did there, is about a yoga instructor. She's there for a conference, and there's some specialty music that she has acquired, and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
Eclectic cast of Deborah Wilson inspired the visual.
I'm not sure. I know that the artist's name is on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it may have been inspiration. Mm-hmm. It's possible. I'm not sure.
Mm. And then Queen Amani Reynas.
So Queen Amani Reynas is a graphic novel series that's based on a historical fact about Queen Amani Reynas, who was the queen of Nubia during the time of Cleopatra. And she essentially prevented Rome from invading lower Nubia. Lower Egypt, which pushes into Nubia, which is now the Sudan. And this happened when after Cleopatra was assassinated.
Right.
And so it's really special for a number of reasons, but primarily because she was definitely not what the Romans expected. Considering that she was this Nubian queen, and she didn't necessarily have all the resources that the Roman army had, but she knew her area, she knew her people, and she also was a warrior queen. So she was fighting along with her soldiers. So that's volume 1. I'm still waiting for volume 2 and 3 to come out. I don't know when it's coming out. But it's published by Lamari Media, and Lamari Media is owned by Christian and Liz, what's their last names? Oh my God, Jones. I'm sorry, it's been a long time since I've talked to some folks. But he's a football player, and he had a great love of history and wanted to bring this story to life.
I'm kind of big mad at myself I don't own these, because that Queen Amani Reynas, that's right up my alley.
It's okay, don't worry about it. I got you.
At a price?
Everything nice comes with a price. It's okay.
It's the chocolate tax.
I didn't even say anything about chocolate tax.
Okay.
Listen.
ODB.
Not mine.
How did this happen?
Oh, this is a funny story. So essentially, I actually took a hiatus from writing comics. I needed a break. and I needed a creative break, I should say. And in the middle of it, Chris Robinson, who's a fantastic editor, reached out to me and said, Regina, I need 17 pages in a week. Can you do it for me? He didn't tell me what the project was. He just said, like, he just asked me. I said, yeah, sure. Just just tell me what you need. So he gave me like an overview, and then they sent me the contract and stuff. And I didn't notice that it said "Old Dirty Bastard" at the top of the contract. I just said, let me sign this and get this money. And so, I do the script and everything. And this is another anthology. And about maybe like 6 months later, I find out that they're doing a Kickstarter because I get tagged. This is through Oni Press. I get tagged in it, but I get tagged by ODB's estate, and I noticed that ODB's estate is following me on Instagram, and I'm like, why? And then I realized that, oh, that's what the story was for. It was for his estate. Wow. So that's how that happened.
Do you know if his estate personally like selected you to write about that?
I think Chris, I don't think so. I think Chris I worked with Chris on Apocalypse 91, and he knows that I can work fast. So he was just like, can you do it? I'm like, yeah, sure. Just give me what you need.
That's what's up, Duchess of BK. Literally, I was listening to that song in my car earlier today. That's wow. Last 52.
Yes.
What was your contribution on this book?
I wrote a story about Lois Lane. This was for the title is so long. But this was for death metal. And this is when it was like sort of like winding down that story arc. And Scott Snyder came to me and he was just like, you can write whatever you want. He said, but in terms of writing whatever you want, here's a couple of characters I have available. And I said, well, I'll take Lois Lane. Give me Lois Lane. I'll do something with her. And essentially,
you didn't turn her black again, did you?
Never. Never. I just tossed her off a building. That's what I did. But I didn't make her black.
All right. You mentioned Chris Robinson before.
Yes.
And I see the next project up, Marvel's Voices, of which he had a hand in.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So why don't you talk to us about that project? That was a real special book.
Yeah, for the Marvel's Voices, I remember.
I don't think that series gets enough accolades for the amount of talent. When you go through the roster who worked on that book, those books, I should say, and the characters that put in there, I mean, it was like the talented 10th of black talent. I mean, it's truly remarkable and amazing who they pulled together to work on these books. And then I think a lot of people, shout out to Angelique Rocher, not just the stories, but if you the commentary and the discussions, the prose that's in between those stories, talking about Matt Baker and talking about Kyle Baker, talking about just various writers and artists that don't get enough recognition and note. I can't say enough about Marvel. I really think they should take all of the Marvel Voices stories and put it in like an omnibus at some point, because real special work that was done there. But please tell us about your endeavors on this.
Oh, Angelique Rocher reached out to me, asked me if I would like to write an essay, and she let me know that Chris Robinson was editing, and I said, okay, sure, I'll write an essay. And I was given liberty about what to write the essay about, and I said I want to write about my comic book card collection, and specifically what happened with Jamel from PS 124 in South Ozone Park, New York.
See, I sensed there was some emotion about the comic cards. That's why I had you bring it up again. I wanted this to be cathartic for you, so just let it all out.
Like I was as a little girl, I was tight. I was like, I'm sharing my joy with you, and you stealing it. Listen. But yeah, so I wrote that essay. But I also included like which cards that they were, and they were the folks over at Marvel, they were kind enough to like just add some examples of the cards, because I think in the essay I had put the first edition of Marvel cards, but I actually think it was the second. It was the second edition, because I did have some from the first edition, but I had mostly second edition cards. But yeah, but it was a fun essay to write. But I also wanted to make it clear in the essay that like this also was a gateway to my mother being extraordinarily supportive of me being in the arts, specifically and working and being in and around comics.
Yeah, that's what makes these comic book origin stories so special and unique. Particularly, oftentimes it's your parents that get you involved in comics in some way, shape, or form. It's a beautiful thing. All right, Eating Vampires.
So, Eating Vampires, that's the baby of my books. Eating Vampires is about a young girl. She's the last of her people, and she's able to cure the vampire virus and other diseases actually as well. But now there's this global vampire virus outbreak, and she's the only cure. So that's Eating Vampires in a nutshell.
And then Apocalypse 91.
So Chris reached out to me for this one, and basically said like, this is what we're doing. We're celebrating the 30th anniversary of Public Enemy's album. Would you be interested in working on this? I said, yeah, sure. And I created a story. About how the work of Public Enemy has been transformative, like how their music has changed people's lives. And that's essentially what the story is about. A story is also about revolution, about creating and curating revolution. And it was fun because I mean, my brother was a producer back in the day. And so I asked him to pull out all his old equipment and send me pictures of it to send to the artist so that he could replicate it. So, so that was pretty cool.
All right. So, Crisis on Our Only Earth.
So this is also published by Away Blue World. I had written a story a while back with one of my favorite collaborators, Rodney Sannon. He does a lot of promo work for Eating Vampires, like you just saw. That was Rodney's work. And for this story, the story that I did is also part of the Eating Vampires universe. It's about a mermaid, a black mermaid, and she's helping to clean the sea. And this book is available digitally only, and it is a benefit book, so it does support environmental charities.
All right. We mentioned before about your work with Wink.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us what is this organization and why the significance of this organization?
So Women in Comics Collective International, Wink for short, was established in 2012. I had been asked to host a panel at a local comic book convention about women in comics. And the uniqueness of the panel was that we were all women of color. And that was something that folks in the industry had not seen. And not only had they not seen it, a lot of women of color had not seen it. And so we had the panel. It went really, really well. And then I was chatting with Aletha E. Martinez. And at the time, I mean, she had been in the industry already for a long time, and now, even more so. And she had said to me, I don't get invited to these things. Like, no one invites me to panels and stuff. And that tore me up. I said, here you have this industry veteran who has been working on comics forever and a day, and no one is inviting her to panels, be they a local show or a large show. And I said, well, we need to do something about that. Like, let's see what else we can do. And from there, we started hosting local panel discussions. then that turned into us hosting local art shows, featuring primarily women of color in the industry. Then that extended into us doing workshops. I was asked, Regine, do you do workshops on creating comics and stuff? Do you know folks that do? I said, absolutely. Like we have a little group and we're doing this. And so we started doing workshops. And then we were asked, like, do you think you might want to do a convention? One of our former collaborators asked us, like, are you interested in doing that? And I said, I guess, maybe. I said, not really. That's a lot of work. But he's like, no, like, you can do it. I'll help you. And so we had our first WinkCon in 2015. And that's extended into the conference that we had, another conference that we have annually called Wink Creative Conference. And so it just organically kind of grew because there was a need. Even if people weren't anywhere near New York City, specifically women of color were nowhere near, they found out about us. I mean, women in other countries, from the continents of Africa to countries such as like the Philippines and like Malaysia and the UK, and folks were just like, can I know what's going on? Can I be a part of this somehow if I come to the States, or what can be done? And I said, yeah, like, you can be on the email list and stuff. And so we just grew and grew, and we just started just doing more events outside of New York. I started going to other states. That pushed into San Diego Comic-Con because we kind of became undeniable because we were growing, and we were doing events in and around like San Diego because Comic-Con would not accept our panels, and that doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop me. I started working with the local libraries and doing panels there. And it just so happened that some folks that worked at Comic-Con came to one of those local panels and said, these women should be inside of the convention center. And so I think it's 10 years ago this year. Yeah, it'll be 10 years that we had our first panel at San Diego Comic-Con, and that hasn't stopped. Like it's been continuous. And then so all this experience is also extended into opportunities with the U.S. State Department. I was sent by them in 2023 to discuss gender disparity and racial disparity in comics in India. I did a tour of India. Went to Mumbai and New Delhi for 10 days.
In the State Department did that?
Yes.
What year was this?
This is 2023.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And other members of ours have also worked with the State Department and done similar things. So being a member of Wink is special. Like we definitely have helped provide resources for members, but also just a lifeline for the most part. Like, if you need help, you need a shoulder to cry on, you need an editor's name, you need help with your script, you need help with drawing something, like, we're here for you, whatever that is. And then fast forward, 2024, we received the Humanitarian Award from the Eisners. And that was wonderful. At the same time, if you go to my Instagram, I have my speeches up there, and I wanted to make it very clear that this is a wonderful honor, but you need to take care of my people. You need to be of service to my people, because if we're here, we should feel safe and at ease and at peace, and you're making it difficult for my people.
So to that point,
yes.
You this year are a judge, or were a judge at the Eisners. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
How did that come to be?
Oh, I asked.
You asked?
I asked. I do have a relationship with Comic-Con at this point. And so last year I just asked the assistant director of programming, if she knew like who I could speak to about the possibility of being a judge and what that process is. And she said, oh yeah, I'm about to become the chairperson. Like I'm about to take over from the woman that's retiring. You know, I'll keep you on my short list. I would love to have you. And about 2 months later, I got an official ask to be a judge.
So what time frame is that?
I asked in August, and you know, I got an email in October or November.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So coincidentally, this has been a pretty special year for the Eisners.
I know.
I mentioned earlier the went through the sort of the list of highlights of some very special people that were nominated for Eisners this year.
Mm-hmm.
One of them being Dennis Cowan, being up for the Lifetime Achievement Award, which is quite frankly very overdue. I would like for you to discuss what is the significance of the Eisners, because a lot of people who may be watching this may not even know all that much about it.
I mean, the Eisners is, I mean, the Oscars of comics.
Yeah.
Like it's the most highly decorated award that we have, and we have other awards that are highly decorated. I'm glad. Yeah. I snuck a lot of people.
Was she supposed to put that into the public sphere?
Listen, what's done is done.
All the secrets.
Is the statute of limitations gone on that?
It's over.
I'm also trying to figure out who that is. Please put your name in the chat. Who are you, baby?
I mean, how many people you sneaking in, OG?
I want to say how many times did you do that?
I'm about access. That's a fact. That's one of the reasons why I also want to be a judge. Like I'm about access. Like we should have access to these various different things because we exist and we're in this industry, and it's consistently and constantly denied to us. So if I'm able to provide access to someone, who's within our community and stuff, I'm going to do it. There's no way. So yeah, I snuck in 5 people.
She even remembers the number.
I'm all about that's good.
Listen, let her cook.
I was just like, you with, I mean, I'm like, again, I'm like, message me, let me know, because I'm like, who is that in terms of the name? Yeah, I don't care.
May not want to incriminate themselves.
No one. Okay, then DM me or something.
There you go.
All right, so you're talking about the significance of the Eisners being the equivalent of the Oscars in the game.
Yes.
But it's one of those awards that, you know, it has some controversy due to things that it's the person that's named after Will Eisner has done in the comics realm. Sometimes you see the criticisms in a space like, why I ain't gonna support some racist award by some racist ass racist. To what would you say to those that concern?
I mean, you have a right to be concerned because the history, you know what I mean? What happened. I will never gloss over, you know, something that has been heinous and harmful to us. I will say that Will Eisner, not only did he, and it's not even just about an apology that he made. I mean, he did do that, but then he also changed the look of was it Ebony White?
Ebony White, yeah.
Ebony White, but the name is still Ebony White, but that's another story. But he not only did he apologize, he articulated what he did wrong. And why it was wrong. And so that's insanely important. Because it does beg the question. It's like, okay, can you separate the artist from their art? Can you also separate them from good things that they have done in an industry? And there's things that he did that was tremendous, you know, tremendous, and also is being pushed back on, which is so fascinating. Just in terms of, you know, having staff writers and staff artists and paying them with a you know, under a W-2 as opposed to a 1099 and all of that. all of that that was very much a service to us that was taken away from us. So
there's something to be said about not just doing something wrong, but doing something wrong, recognizing it's wrong, admitting it's wrong, and trying to take steps to ameliorate that.
Yes, and that matters. That matters. But I think also what's most important is, since this award is named after him, like what do we do with that? What do we do with what comes with an Eisner, and how do we, how is it significant to us, and how should it be significant to us?
Right. So you get involved with the Eisner. What is the process by which you as judges sit there and I mean, do you just spend several weeks reading every comic book that came out over a period of time, or do they narrow it down to you? Like, here's the trash comics. We're not even considering these.
No,
here's our top. Okay.
This is how it goes. So submission starts. They start in January. That's when folks start submitting. And submissions close in the middle of March. Beforehand, what they want you to concentrate on as a judge is what's on the best of list. Like what came out that everyone's talking about, or a lot of people are talking about, and those are the books that you're initially sent.
Now let me stop right there. So the best of list, what are people talking about? That's only as accurate as the barometer of that list. Like,
correct.
Which list is this? Who's determining what list has what weight?
It's many lists. It's many lists. It's whatever lists that are out. So if there's, like, the Comics Beat has a list. The New York Public Library has a list. Graphic Policy has a list. Like, all of these different places have a list, and you keep them in mind. Like, these are the books that we should probably look at because they're considered the creme de la creme, right?
Why can't the Black Comic Lords have a list and some input? That's what I want to know.
You can do that. You can do that. Who said you can't? So what you're gonna do is, for next year.
There we go.
Okay.
Because y'all just gave your team work. Y'all gonna put a list together, and you're gonna post that shit. And depending upon who the judges are, what we do is we're like, oh, this list came out. Let's send that to the group chat. This list came out. Let's send it to the group chat. And that's what you do.
Oh, Jenny, let me ask a question.
Regine just put us on some game.
Agreed. Let me ask a question. Is there one list or a few lists that hold more weight than others?
No.
Okay.
No.
Wow.
Okay.
No.
So they're
no, it's just the point is that it's something to look at, to get prepared.
Fair.
It's really more so get prepared for what's going to start coming in. Like what?
Do we submit it someplace?
Huh?
Do we submit it, the list somewhere?
No, you just post it publicly.
Okay.
No, you just post it publicly. So if you have if y'all on social media, you're like, yo, like, we have our list, and you just post
Paul,
it.
you know what I'm thinking about?
I do.
End of year show.
I know.
That done. I'm not saying no more.
It's already done. It's already done.
Yeah,
done.
That's all. And like, it's not a but. It's just that as judges are looking through social, it's like random. It's like, oh, like the ones that I saw, they were random. It's like, oh, this came out. Just send it. Like, it's not really formal. It's like, it's not formal, but you're just kept aware of what people are looking at, what people are into, what folks are talking about. And and you're going to probably expect them to be, submitted.
Right.
All of them might not be submitted, but probably most of them are. So that's one. So those are the books that we are sent first. What
is the time frame? Because you guys are making decisions, but you said between January and March. So is it for the prior year?
Well, really, it's between January and April. That's when we're making our decisions, but the deadline is middle of March.
So you would look retroactively. So if this year,
you're looking from January to December, January of 2025 to December of 2025
for 2026 nominees.
That's my question.
Yeah, so a full year.
Got it. Okay. So essentially, this year's run of 2026 would be the nominees for 2027.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see where we are. Okay. All right. Paul.
Game plan set. We're good.
It's done already. What's understood don't need to be explained. I'm with you.
Yeah. All right.
Oracle's laughing because she knows what we're thinking.
So we're prepared. We're prepared mentally in terms of, okay, we're probably going to be seeing this book. We're going to be seeing that book, right? But beforehand, if there's any books over in headquarters, in Comic-Con headquarters, if they're that are on the best of list, if they already had them, they'll start sending them out before like the January submission opens up, just because they already have them on premises, and it's more likely than not that we're gonna see them regardless. So this year we received almost 2,300 submissions.
Oh my word!
Was that the most you guys ever received?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
This is the first year. So, yeah.
That sounds like a lot.
It was a lot. I mean, it was a lot, which I was.
100. That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of books, and I've judged other things. Like I was a Glyph Award judge for 4 years. I also judged the Scholastic Young Artists and Writers Award, and that's a long process. And I've done the Harvey nominations. So some stuff is not old hat, but some of them they all do similar things, just in terms of like timelines in terms of reading them and the amount of books coming in. Like it's not anything that's like super abnormal. Like this is just what it is. So these books come in, most of the books come in last minute. There's all these last minute Bettys that send in these books. Some books come in via PDF or their web comics or whatever, or their physical books. Most of the physical books are sent to headquarters, and they get all of them, and they have to sort through them, and sometimes they can barely sort through them because it's just too much. It's so much. And so we are reading like once we start getting like influx of books, it's primarily the best of books, but we can ask for other books that are on the submission list. We can go through it. We can see what's up, see what's there, and say, "Hey, can you send me this book? Can you send me that book? Oh, can you send me this other book?" So you're not stuck just reading what these other lists tell you they think is the best thing since sliced bread.
So do you all get collectively all the judge? First of all, how many judges are there?
5.
Good question.
Only 5?
Wait, what?
That's a lot of work for 5 people.
Time out.
Wow.
I'm sorry. It's you and 4 others for that's what?
Yeah, let me make sure. It's me, Katie, Tiffany, Randy, Jerry. Yeah, the 5 of us. It's 5 of us.
It sounds like it's all women as well.
No, well, it was three women, women and 2 men.
Okay.
And we were the most diverse set of judges that they've ever had.
Nice.
Word.
Yes.
Well,
round of applause for that.
Again, the most diverse panel they've ever had, and the most diverse lineup of nominees that we ever had. Coincidence?
That's up.
I think
not.
But that's up.
Wow. Well, you guys, look, if you get together with them, tell them thank you from the Black Comic Lords for giving us a proper list of nominees.
That's right.
I'll just say it like that. Can you give us a rundown? There's a lot. Let me just speak plain. There's a lot of black folk in this damn nominations this year.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
They just happen to be.
They just got there on their own,
Can you give a rundown of these nominees and what made them reach the radar? What made them special? What do you think gave them?
I can't give you like a specific radar, not because it's it really what it's about is, did we like this? Like, did we like it? Did we enjoy it? And are we going to go hard in the paint for it? I'm grateful that our judges, there was no fighting or anything like that. I want to make that clear. But it was just the work was good.
Yeah.
You know, that's primarily what it was. It's like, okay, this should be nominated. But at the same time, like, we got in so many books, like, and you got to whittle it down, because the thing is that once the deadline hits, you're reading even more books, right? And then we all meet. We're sent to San Diego. We go to headquarters, San Diego Comic Con headquarters, and we go in there, and they have all the books set up for us. They have all the books set up for us. Like, they have like almost like a little mini like comic book shop set up. All the books are on shelves. They're in long boxes. Oh, wow. You know, they take out, you know, some of the books that we've suggested that we really think we should look at for submissions. We are also allowed to pull books off the shelf and say, I think we should read this. I think this should be considered. And yes, I was searching for books. There were books that I was searching for, dug through. There were books that were still wrapped in packaging. There were still books in boxes, because it's just so many books. And I said, hey, we need to read this, please. Let's read this. And others, judges did that too. They had that opportunity. There's one book in particular that was not submitted at all. And I asked the chairperson, can, do we have it? Is, can we get it? And she said, we absolutely can. If you see something that you feel like we should read, I can get it for you. We can go to the comic book shop. And that's
what book that was.
No, not on. No, I'm not going to tell you until we off air. After we're off air. It was nominated. It is nominated.
Good.
Yes.
So here's the $1 million question.
Uh-oh.
Who makes the final decisions as to who wins, and do you know who's going to win?
No, like, that's our peers. we all vote on it. Like, I get to vote. Like, once all the nominations are done, judges get to vote. Our peers get to vote. So it's the comic book community votes on them, and that's how that happens. So I don't know who won.
Who are the voters? Like, who?
The voters are comic book creators.
It's like other creators,
writers, publishers.
How many ballots are there?
How many ballots? You mean how many people are on the ballot?
Yeah, I mean, how many people get a vote?
How many people? The thing is you have to register. You have to register.
That's
to register and say, I write comics. These are my credits. Or I publish comics, like, whatever. These are my credits, and I'd like a ballot. And so you request one, and that request sheet goes out a couple of weeks before the ballot is available, and people fill it out, and then you get an email the ballot.
What is the criteria for being selected? Just that you created a comic, or is it
that you've created, written, edited, drawn, in whatever capacity. I also think comic book educators can vote, if I'm not mistaken.
Educators and professionals. The reason why I can pick on that one is because I am also registered for Eisner. I voted last year, and I voted this year as well. I registered 4 times, and they denied me. This year, what pushed me over was the fact that New York Comic Con officially recognized me as a professional due to works and whatnot, and that pushed me. And that's what gave them and they tell you why as well. Yeah, gently, you need more, whatever. But once you're there, Paul, you literally, it's like regular voting. You can see all the nominees and you vote, and they tell you if you're done, you're done, and you can't go back and change it once you hit the end. But I voted. I absolutely voted this year.
Yeah.
I wonder if
you have to register every year now. That's
really?
You have to register every year. But you'll get the email though. You'll get the email for it, but you got to register every year.
Okay. So with doing stuff like
I'll share it. I'll be sharing
doing stuff like this qualify to get a vote? Podcasting or whatever?
I don't know.
Not yet. I'm hoping that'll change. I'm hoping that'll change. I mean, I know the focus. They want the focus to be like our peers, like our fellow creators type of situation. But I feel like I personally feel that podcast folks and journalists should be able to vote. I mean, especially since we do have a journalism category, I think that should be the case, but right now it's not.
Yeah.
Paul, you might be able to go through because of the forward that you put in a book. So that's considered.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
considered,
Just send that. And
because what pushed me over?
Does that make me a writer?
No, it gives you credit though. So what pushed me over was the fact that Blood Letter number 4, I have editor credit on that because of Joe, and then Flapper Zombies, I made that cover, and then the other one with TMNT Street Fighter, myself and Hank from Bulletproof, we edited that. So that gave me editor, writer, and co-editor credit on those 3 books. So because of that, I was able to be notified by NYC as a professional, which pushed me through. But because you did the forward with Seb in that book, that might give you co-writing or editor credit. That might push you through. You should, next year, you should be able to push that. Why? I don't see why not. Until they make podcasting official. Until then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That might push you through.
Let's make some noise and shake things up a bit.
Oh,
see what happens.
I'm excited.
All right. So the Eisners are next week at San Diego Comic-Con. I will be there for the first time. Well, I'll be in San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know if I'll make it into the Eisners. Can regular folk go in to see the Eisners?
Yeah. There's a peanut gallery. You can sit there. That's what they call it. I'm not even trying to be funny. That's what they call it. You can go, yeah.
That's still demeaning.
Yeah, it still feels.
It sounds like you're gonna be heckling the
Yeah, it don't
whoever's
feel
on
like
stage.
you're part of it. Because imagine Regine's gonna be in a nice situation. Colin's gonna have a suit. You're gonna have people walking from the con with a Dragon Ball Z shirt talking about, I'm at the Eisners. No, put on a polo. No.
Is there? I know this is a stupid question.
No, it's not.
I have to ask. Is there like a dress requirement? Like you can't come in there as he said with the Dragon Ball Z shirt and some cargo shorts.
To sit in the public seating? No.
Remember, you got a situation, Paul. You got a special badge. You're gonna be in a little bit further up, my boy.
Talk about my situation
I
on the air, man.
I didn't say nothing else.
Wow. You talk about me and my nuggets. Look at you, Randy.
What nugget? He got a little. He got a little oomph.
Don't worry about my juice, man. Don't put my juice out there, man.
Personal business.
Oh, you want to tell everybody about my chocolate packs? I can't talk about your juice.
Look, you look. Everyone knows about your chocolateness.
Oh, here we go.
We're trying to have a PG show. My OG is here. I'm trying to behave. Okay.
Okay.
I see the book of condemnation already.
I learned some interesting facts from John Jennings before we came on air. Things I didn't know, like there's like a special presentation or honor show for Dennis Cowan that's going to be taking place. I guess it's exclusive for High Muckety Mucks. You said there's the peanut gallery.
I don't know anything about that. I mean, I know generally certain things are done during the Eisner ceremony, but there's something separate. If it's that same, do you know when it is? Is it that same day?
I've probably said too much.
See, now we're telling secrets out
I know
here.
for Hall of Famers, I mean, I know there is something separate for them, and they still acknowledge them during the main ceremony. They separated it because the Eisner was fucking long, man. It was so damn long, and so they moved some stuff. Like they moved certain awards to like separate like ceremonies because it was just so
Wait,
long.
really? Hold on. I want to make sure that when Stephanie gets that award that we did, well, in spirit. I want to make
no. Stephanie's nomination is a part of the main ceremony. So
okay. Like don't put her to no after
there's
party
like separate
situation.
like okay, so like the Humanitarian Award, for example, they gave that to me before I got there. Like I already knew that we got it. That's a separate thing. The Comic-Con awarded that to us. They selected us. So none of my colleagues voted on that. So some of the awards are they're separate. Mm-hmm. They're separate from the main. So I was I was still a part of the ceremony, but there were other things that were removed out of it, and they had their own separate thing.
So you said
you mentioned there's a peanut gallery, and there, from what I understand, there's like a main area with tables where I guess is where the nominees sit.
The nominees, their guests, judges, yeah.
What about
the companies? Some companies, some companies they get their own table, so they'll have their crew there, even though if folks aren't nominated, they have that. Yeah,
I need to get them with the company. But if you have hypothetically a exhibitor badge or a speaker badge, one of those type of things, do you get preferential seating?
No.
Doesn't get you any.
You go to the public. You go to the public.
Whoa! Wait, hold on. Let me help my man out.
That means you have to let everybody. You would have to let everybody one of them in.
Right, that's a lot of people.
Wait. OG,
I don't know. I've never been. I have no idea what the setup is.
Hold on. On the website, it says regular, generic. Peanut gallery if you have a 4-day or a Friday badge. However, it says special seatings for professionals.
Yeah, it's a part of that area. Y'all are in front.
Wait, so the professionals is still peanut gallery
of the general.
Oh, so we're the first row in the garbage row.
You're gonna be in the first row. You're gonna be in the first.
The first row of the peanut gallery.
The first row of the peanut gallery.
So you'll be in the front. Yeah, and there's
in
nothing
front
wrong
of the
with
peanut
that
gallery.
area. There's nothing wrong with that. But I will say, bring snacks. Get you something to drink.
Bring snacks. They're not gonna feed them.
No. So go to the bar. There's a bar right outside. Get some drinks and come and you sit right there. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm really not. Oh, hey, Eric.
I see. They have
Eric
a green room.
Oh, Eric Battle in the building. What's up, brother?
Legend.
I think I saw BJ Kicks in the chat too.
BJ Kicks in his Barry White. BJ Kicks in his Barry White.
Where did Paul get that hat?
We know people, baby. Don't worry about that. We outside.
With the signature on it, you might recognize.
Now you're showing too much.
All right, that's too much. That's too much. Let me stop.
Oh, that's too much. Okay. Wait, so they probably have a green room for everybody. That's why there's no food for the audience.
You're funny. No, the thing is that with the table set up, they have like a banquet situation going on, so a buffet situation. So the folks that are setting up there, like the nominees and stuff, they can go get food. There's like a cash bar. So that's what's going on.
Yeah, see, I knew how. If it is no food for the audience,
in the peanut gallery, do they have like popcorn? Are there hot dogs? I mean,
hot dogs at the Eisners? You want to eat a glizzy at the Eisners?
You can.
I'm saying though,
there's, like I said, there's a bar right on the outside. If you want to order food, you can order some food. You can order a drink or something, and you can. You might. I'm not sure. I was gonna say you might be able to order a drink at the bar, but I don't think so. I think it's just only for that setting. But the bar that's inside the ballroom, but. If you go outside, you can get some stuff and you can come in.
Can a brother get a scotch or something? Come on.
You can't.
No, you don't deserve the scotch. No, you don't deserve the scotch.
I will come and get you. I will come and get you.
No. OG, don't get him. He wants to eat a glizzy at the Eisner.
No, look, she's saying it's a peanut gallery. I'm thinking that's probably the best the peanut gallery gets is a hot dog or something.
No, you can order. You can order from the bar.
They got fries. They got burgers. They got corn food.
All right. I'm just checking, man. I've never been. As I said, I've never been. I have no expectations. I know nothing about what to expect.
The only one question I have, OG, which I know you're probably going, why are you asking me this question? They don't have Wi-Fi there?
Is there Wi-Fi? Is what you said?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's a good question.
It's in the hotel, because it's in the Hilton. It's in the Hilton Bayfront, San Diego. So there is Wi-Fi. It's probably guest Wi-Fi. So it may not. I mean, it's nothing like high end Wi-Fi, but I believe so. So if you wanna like live stream or something, you can.
Whoa, OG.
Wow.
OG. Giving away a lot of nuggets here.
What?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We that's what we did when I did my speech. We live streamed my speech. Now it's still sitting up there on Instagram.
We need all the info because
tomorrow we got to do an announcement, Chocolate.
I know. I guess might as well. It's breaking news.
Forcing our hand now, Regine.
I mean, thank you.
Paul, if I would have known sooner, I had a +1. I would have made you my +1 if he would have told me.
Oh my gosh!
I told you to start. But I have another. People, you don't listen to me.
I have another podcast person that's coming.
Whoa! Her right here in the
Listen, you have to give me the information.
Emotional damage.
Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit.
You know what?
Officially after hours.
If you give me the information, I can be of service. If I do not have the information, I cannot be of service. So don't tell me no.
I hope y'all are paying attention.
Hey, listen. Hey, I'm late coming.
Wait. Hold on. Regine,
No.
Do you know anyone else that might have a hookup for a brother?
Y'all begging online, y'all. We don't.
I will beg online. Yes, I will beg on.
I'm going back out, man. I ain't coming for that begging shit.
Listen.
That was a plea. That wasn't a begging. Begging is a little different.
Wrong with asking a little help.
You had shit like that off camera, dog. You don't be online like you got some tickets.
Now the headline gonna be BCL begs for Eisner entry. Watch.
Yeah, man. Ain't nobody doing that.
Okay.
Now it's gonna be that line. You just said it. The algorithm.
You out here begging on
but the thing is, you already have Eisner access. I mean, like you'll be able to film. You'll be able to do all of that.
Okay.
Miss Sawyer.
Yeah, no matter what, you'll be able to do that. And they have like big screens and stuff, so it's not like you like you're behind someone's head or anything like that. You'll be able to like stand up, stand to the side if you want and do that. You'll be able to do that.
I still feel hurt.
Oh, DJ Big Phil's here.
Yeah, I came.
Yeah, he just said he didn't like the begging.
I don't like the begging. I don't like the begging. I may jump back out. It was my daughter's birthday, so I was on daddy duty. That comes first. And I had some other things I had to take care of. But I'm here. Miss Sawyer, it's always good seeing you. And it was really dope spending time with you in Charlotte. And I appreciate you coming out to everything, doing your thing. And just
watching
had a
Chocolate lose his mind with the Knicks.
And
we have had a great show thus far. I have been well behaved. Let's not go down the rabbit hole of chocolateness.
I don't know.
Please, not go down the rabbit hole of chocolate.
Shout out to and shout out to BJ, man. I was just I shot something with Comics are Dope the other day. I'm also Six Slayers just uploaded today. Those are our brothers in this game, man. Six Slayers just uploaded something today. Really dope piece I did with them also. I'll be on Comic Art Fans tomorrow. Trying to get this final 52. But I just want to say, Miss Sawyer, I'm gonna say it again. It was dope having you in the space and meeting you for the first time in person. So I just had to jump on here for a second and trying to get these dudes together, doing all this begging and shit. I don't know what.
Oh, time out. You can no.
That's Chocolate. You cool? Chocolate, you good? Chocolate, you good? Chocolate, you good?
Thank you.
You good? You good?
I appreciate you, Big Phil. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sis.
I ain't begging.
I'm not. If I make it to the Eisners, I'm not gonna get there till Saturday. I have something I have to do on Friday. Shout out to Arvell Jones. Arvell Jones hit me up and he got me passes for the weekend, man. And he was like, "Man, you coming?" I'm like, "I'm trying to make it down there, but I do have a previous engagement that I have to take care of, but I want to be down there so bad." But we'll see what happens. So that's all.
OJ, you said something real quick. So you said when you there was a time when Comic-Con gave you your award, you knew it. So
yeah,
Stephanie's not gonna find out until she's sitting in the seat and they say her name.
Correct.
Copy.
Yeah,
right. I'm speaking into existence. This is okay.
Right.
Oh, it's happening. It's got.
Listen.
It's got to happen.
Mind you, I got friends in that list, but I was like, listen, you know who I'm voting for. Don't waste my time. Like Dennis, I love you to death. You know, you're my boy. You know who I'm voting for. You're not wasting my time. I'm not even gonna BS you.
I'm like Issa Rae.
No, this like
everybody.
It's like It's so we're clear. The Legacy Awards, I essentially got a Legacy Award. Those are Comic Con. The Comic Con heads, they vote on that. They're like, this person is getting this thing, and they tell you in advance. For Creative Awards and Book Awards, that's announced during the Eisners. So no, I know nothing. I know nothing about.
You said the Eisners last a long time. Like, how many hours are we talking about?
It used to last so long. Jesus Christmas. Now they cut it down to about 3 hours.
3
it's
hours.
About maybe
that's not terrible.
But that's about right for an award
ceremony.
ceremony.
Be like 5 or 6.
5 hours.
You have my daughter with me, and she has the lowest of attention spans for stuff she's not interested in. So
5 hours.
I need to make sure I can keep her entertained.
She might need to be in the chill in the room and kick it. She may not want to.
No, Paul needs somebody to make sure to hold his seats and grab his snacks. I mean, listen, it is what it is. You might hold the seat and grab the snacks.
It's more classy than that. Like the bar restaurant is there. You can grab your food, have your drink, go and sit down.
Is it first come first serve where you sit in the peanut gallery?
These aren't even important questions. These aren't even important Eisner questions.
We asked the important Eisner questions already. Thank you.
You know what?
You can't come late and say you didn't ask the important questions. We already did.
Talking about, man, when I sit at my table, man, am I able to get up first, or is it buffet style? Like, what the? I'm lost here. I'm lost.
Exactly.
That's what happens when you show up late, sir.
Guys. I don't even want to say this word, but we have company.
You're right.
Not company, but
True.
we have company. Behave.
I apologize, Regine.
I'm behaving.
No,
better behave.
But this is your first time going, so I can understand the question.
And I'm not going by myself. I have my daughter with me, as I said, so I'm trying to make sure I understand all the parameters.
Yeah, it's first come, first serve, but if you have a professional badge, you can sit in the first couple of rows.
All right, thank you.
Bring a battery charger because we're gonna need it.
I've got plenty.
All right. Do you all have any further questions? Phil, do you have more important questions to ask?
No, I think I answered everything.
Phil's not going to ask questions yet. Phil needs to wait for you to ask a question, then interrupt. That's how he asks questions.
Okay.
Make me big.
Yeah, make me big. Matter of fact, we haven't made him. You know what? Pause. I'm not even going to do it.
Hey, yo, that was crazy.
Matter of fact, you know what? Since we're talking about it, let's talk about it. Because you know what? It is what it is. Phil, I asked you this the other day, and you said you were doing something about it. But for those that weren't there, and I need y'all to understand it, because what you're seeing is a very polished BCL, very polished chocolate, not activated. However, there is absolutely a level of camaraderie. There's absolutely a level of fellowship that we absolutely had behind the scenes. Can you lightly explain to individuals, and I know I'm going back to this, but I need them to understand it. And Regine, I want you to talk on this a little bit. We had BJ Kicks there. We had the Sun Tzu Warriors. We had oh my God, what is it? Oh my God, was it Stephen? Stephen, oh my God, what is his name? Is it Stephen Williams, who was behind us? Stephen Williams III, who was behind us drawing, all at 919 Studios, rocking and rolling, watching the Knicks. Stephanie, OG and Phil, can you talk about that for a little bit? Obviously, without giving out anything, but the environment, the room, how everybody was having fun, enjoying themselves. All our comics was the foundation of that.
I think the thing was that it was a room full of like minds, and we were all there for pretty much for the same thing. And it was just
Charles Stewart. Thank you.
It was just an incredible moment, and I think that what happens was it was just organic. So, for instance, there were people that you've never seen before in real life. So then when we sat there and we got together in a room together, the energy was just there. Like, it was just all positive energy. So the thing that I love about it, and wait till I drop this video. So I didn't drop my video yet. I want to wait for Abe Elsa's videos to drop. I'm dropping mine. I'm not a content creator. I'm a filmmaker. So I'm not trying to be the first person. I'm the best. But it's those moments when everybody's there, to me, shows just how healthy this community is, Because what happens is that it'll, you know, you could sit back and you can be fooled by some of these other shows and whatever. Nothing against them, where there's all this vitriol and all these issues where people are bickering and all this banter between each other. There's absolutely none of that when we're all in the space together. And there's no issues, there's no beef, there's no drama. And to me, it was like a family reunion. And it wasn't even like it was the first situation. This is like the 10th annual joint. Like, we're looking forward to all being there. You know what I mean? So to me, it was just us getting there. And then it got to the point where, you know, the comics, art, culture was the catalyst for us all being there. But what it really turned into was just us being just all family, just all getting along and just all kicking it and just looking out for each other and just having these conversations. We could talk comics all day, but at the end of the day, we're people. We start talking about just real life shit. And we just happen to be artists, writers, producers, directors, podcasters, collectors. Like, none of those titles at a certain point meant anything. You still gave each other their particular respect, but it's just about us being in that particular space. And I think that's what makes BCL different from the other channels. And no disrespect to the other channels, because I watch all these other guys. I love them. But
they're here with us now. BJ's here.
There is a certain level of synergy because we have all these different personalities and we're able to come in. And sometimes, to be honest, we forget that we're doing this particular show. And we're just talking to each other, you know. And like I said, once again, you know, the comics may be, you know, we're ground zero where we've met at or where we're dealing with, but it's not about that. It's about family. We're being honest. You know, sometimes we get to talking and we start talking about some real shit, you know. And you're just not going to get that anywhere else, you know. And shout out to Comics Are Dope, Six Slayers, comic art fans, because I watch them and I love their particular shows. There's I could go into so many other ones that I like as well, but I feel like those are like-minded shows. Like, it's almost like that's our network right there. You know what I mean? We're not in competition. We're there to enhance each other. So I may have you know went too much into it, but it just felt like, when it was over, like it was dope because I felt like while we were there, we're in that moment, and then it was over. Like, when it's over, you're like, damn, that was so dope. And you don't even realize what, you know, afterwards. You got to sit back and just kind of just realize, like, man, this was dope. We really did something, and we did something without even trying to do something. Like, it wasn't convoluted. That's all. And with that being said, we got less than 2 weeks for Final 52.
Hey.
We gotta get the support out there, y'all. I'm about to go comic art fans, and you know these collectors about to show out on us, and I love it because we're gonna make it happen. But you know we're doing this for the culture, and we gotta find this. And thank everybody who has given so far. So I'm gonna be done. We're gonna get it over, and the Eisners are gonna be incredible. If I pop up on if I walk in the building on Saturday, I'm just sitting there. But I want to see everybody win. I'm not even going to say I want, but I don't want, you know, just the fact that you're nominated, you're already a winner.
That's facts.
And that's, you know, that is the takeaway from it. Yes, everybody wants to win. Somebody saying they don't want to win, they're lying to you. Don't believe that person. Everybody wants to win. But I'm also the type of person, I'm also not a sore loser. I'm the type of person, if I lose something to Paul, I don't have an issue with that because that's Paul. And I can sit back and say, man, you know, my man Paul, I can congratulate somebody, and I can also go back to the lab and work on my skills so that I can be in the first place next time. I've never been a sore loser. That's because I've been a winner all my life, you know. And being a winner all my life can be second and third place also.
There we go.
I'm done.
I just want to piggyback off of that.
Yes, ma'am.
It is very much an honor for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is, like, we almost 2,300 books were submitted.
Yeah.
Like, we going through those books was a monster. It was a monster,
especially for 5 people.
For 5 people. And
Word, 5 people.
Like I said, there were books that I requested. There were books that I had to search for. you know, going through long boxes, going through you know, packages that weren't open, or having to unwrap books. Like I was on, you know, on my, not even trying to be funny, just on my hands and knees on the floor opening stuff. Like, oh, here's this book. Okay, like I can finally read it now. You know, I can finally read it, and then, you know, if I love it, show it to the other judges. Like it was a lot of labor. It was painstakingly real. Like, so for you to be nominated, some of us, you know, crawl through the carpet for your book. It's important, and also becoming nominated changes lives. And there's a few people that have reached out to me and let me know that being nominated has absolutely changed their creative career, and that's what I was there for.
That's what's up.
Talk that, Miss Sawyer.
OJ, I got a question for you. I wanted you to talk about Heroes Con and the after party to a degree, but you saying that just made me, it spawned another question for me. With respect to what you can say, when you five were checking out and reading books, did sales and impact have any sway on your decision outside of course, the book is just a dope story? The reason why I bring it is obviously there's certain books I go, this book is a monster, or this book had this impact, or was it just nope, story, dope, point blank?
It was it was purely from my perspective, and I think the perspective of the judges was about the story. I didn't care if 200,000 people bought your book. I didn't give a shit. I didn't care. Is this book solid? Is this book solid? There were folks up there that didn't crack that. Like they didn't crack that, but they are nominated because that book is better than the book that sold 200,000 copies, and that's that on that.
Heard it here first.
And I think here's the thing too that people got to understand also is that everybody has different tastes. And I think like that's also a thing that comes into play when it comes to these type of things, because I'll sit back and I'll be like, man, you know, Stephanie Williams is the homie. I love Stephanie, but her other book was my favorite books of her this year, and that one wasn't nominated.
Which book was that?
The
Roots of Madness.
Roots of Madness. So Roots of Madness to me, and it's just, you know, it's still Stephanie, so it's whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's my homie. So Roots of Madness to me was the book that I just thought was like, when I read it, I said, "Oh, this is dope!" Like I even got the damn hair oil. I got the hair oil.
Me too.
You got no hair on your head.
No, but your beard, the beard.
You know, I ain't even cracked that John open yet, but you know, I might.
On what? It's hair oil.
It's like unisex.
You do know beard is hair, cuz.
It's not beard oil. It's hair oil.
You know what? It's his. Wow. He can do what he wants with it.
Thank you.
What he gonna do? Moisturize his scalp? What he gonna do with it?
He can moisturize his beard. You want a dry beard?
Thank you.
Chocolate, stop it.
Chocolate crazy. You know, let me look over this and like I look at chocolate. Man, chocolate, you wild dog. All right, we're back.
I'm out. He really looked to the right. I'm
what I'm gonna speak to really quickly is this is the beauty of the Eisners. Yeah. Like there were books that I was ready to die on a hill for.
Right.
You know. But also I was mindful of the battles. Like, do I want to win the war? Or do I want to win the battle?
Right.
Is this the one?
And so if a book did not like, because it's a rating system by numbers.
Okay.
It's like, you know, give it y'all got a 5, y'all got a whatever, like that. It's a rating system. So if there was a book that didn't make it, it's like, okay, well, here's an opportunity to suggest someone to be the best of,
right,
in a creator category, with that said book included. You know, and that's something that was discussed. It's like, okay, if this didn't do it, we can try over here.
Right.
So that's how that works.
Okay, boss. I mean,
what time span did it take y'all to make these decisions? Over what period?
That was a weekend. That was a weekend.
Just
that was
a weekend?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's insane.
Yeah, but I think, but I also, you know, that it's coming up, so I'm pretty sure you're prepping for it before it even gets there, though. Correct?
Well, we're reading. I mean,
Right,
we're reading books. We're also suggesting books. We're suggesting what we think other people should read if they haven't already read it.
Right.
It's not like they just said, "Hey, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, let's go." But you're picked on the committee because you actually do read comics.
Yeah. The assumption is that you guys are well read already.
Well read already, but then they're sending us books, so we're reading them, and then also we're suggesting books. Also, like okay, this book wasn't submitted. How can we? And this is before Eisner weekend. It's like, can we get this book sent in? Can you reach out to the company to send that book? Can they send us a PDF or something like that? That's also happening too. And then by the time you're getting ready for the weekend for us to basically, like fly out to San Diego and talk about it, we're already sending in what we think everybody else should read. Because the thing is that some of us, we break up some of the duties because there's so many books. So some of us are reading one genre, someone's reading another genre, some of us are reading it together. And so then when you get together for Eisner weekend, we're reading each other's suggestions on top of going into the library they have set up for us and pulling out even more books to be like, we should look at this. So there was one night I went home and had to read 30 books. Well, no, it was 2 nights. I went home and read 30 books each night.
That's insane.
Wow.
So let me ask you a question, OG. So it's 5 of you guys, because we're respectfully by default, because we biased. It is what it is. The BC. When I say we, I'm gonna exclude you for a minute just to protect you. We biased. We want Stephanie out here winning. We want Fair Square out here winning. I want Maria out here winning. It is what it is. This is the BCL, not Regine. Do not come after her. However, we are talking about writers. Is it also the same 5 judges when it comes to looking at because there's different other categories like coloring, ground, cover art, artists. It's the same 5 as well for that as well.
Yes, all of us. We're doing all that shit. Yes.
Because
we're doing all of it. Yes.
Because Phil said something, he's right. Everyone has different tastes, but if the story's hot, story's hot. But at the same time, Paul and I can look at a cover and Paul will be like, "Tucker, this is fire." And I'm like, "This stuff's trash." But it is what it is.
Yeah.
No, maybe not that hard. But in the inverse, I may be like, "Paul, this cover's amazing." He's like, "I've seen better." So that is insane. That is that is absolutely so much weight on the 5 of you guys' shoulders. That's insane.
It's a shit ton.
But
we did it. But
I'm talking about stories, which is one thing, but I'm like, you guys are looking at interior art because I'm like pencilers, cover artists. And
but the thing is, I'll say this, at this point, with what's been submitted, we've seen a lot of work. But also sometimes you do have to refresh yourself, like, well, what else did they do besides the 3 books that we saw? So if it's like best cover artist, for example, it's like, okay, let me look online to see what other covers they did this year. And you see them pop up and you're like, okay. You're like, all right.
It's funny you mentioned that, because that was going to be my segue into something else. Because I did see that when the majority of the nominees have at least 3 books tied to them. So let's say the best cover artist, his or hers best book didn't come out until later, but because you guys go back and look, that cover is now in the running to kind of boost that person up.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So once you're in, you're in.
Can I ask you a question for this? When you say to add on to Randy's point.
Oh, stop. Who the hell is Randy?
Chocolate. I'm sorry.
Don't disrespect me. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm just not going to add the extra on top of it. I would just say chalk.
That's fair.
Just chalk. I just want to make sure I get this point right. So, is one of the categories cover artists?
Yeah, best cover artist. Right. Yeah.
So best cover artist. To point back to what he was saying.
Yeah.
Is it one cover in particular, or is it just the overall work?
It's several.
It's several. So it's not like.
I mean, if you go.
Go. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I was just saying, if you go to the nominations, you'll see the different credits. So one thing. Here's one thing. It's like, okay, I may know someone is a phenomenal cover artist, but I'm like, whoa, what the fuck are their credits? Like, let me go look and see what they did this year. And so you know, you have the books that are in front of you, but it's like, oh, I got to see more, because one thing is that I learned. All the publishers do not send in every book. They send in books that they think are contenders. So there are some books that they do not send. So that also allows us to be like, this book was phenomenal. They didn't send it. Well, guess what? I'm submitting it anyway.
Whoa. So publisher wise, when you're looking at, like, say, for example, the big two, right? Who at the big two makes those decisions as to what books go out? Editors?
Some of it is editors. Some of it is editors. Some of it are, they will designate a specific person to send out books, but editors might say, like, can you send this one in? Can you send that one in? That type of situation.
Huh. Okay.
So it's just like when somebody is getting ready, they're trying to get like an Emmy or something. They're submitted for your consideration. They don't submit everything. They'll submit like that one.
No, they submit what they think,
what they feel
should be considered. You know, even though the rest of us will be like, yo, this should be considered, that should be considered. But they're like, no, this is what
I think that's fair though, because I think it's also a situation where they want to give you that best particular piece, and then it's up to y'all to do your due diligence.
Not necessarily so. Some of it is out of prejudice. But that's
no, I'm saying what I said what they think.
That's kind of what I was kind of
exactly. And that's why when we come in and say, well, these books are trash. Right. Or not even necessarily like these books are trash, but it's like what you submitted was not. Right. You may think it's the creme de la creme, but it's not. So now I'm like, but I know this book is out. That book is out. Let's go get that book. Let's see if they'll send it to us. Let's see if we can run to the comic book shop and go get it so we can all read it and see if it can be a contender.
Hence why we have the most well-balanced Eisner nominations that's ever happened before.
Yeah,
but I think too, the thing is that that's what I was trying to say was that they submit what they feel is their best particular work. But y'all go back and you do your due diligence. It's like, okay, that's dope, but you know, let me go check this other stuff too. But that's also like a starting point for that, because you may necessarily go and check it if you didn't know about this particular piece. You know what I'm saying? So
correct. Correct. I mean, I don't know if you heard this earlier. I had mentioned that the chairperson, and the chairperson is the judging moderator, making sure that we're staying on task, said to me while we were for Eisner's weekend, and said to all of us, like, listen, if there's a book that you think should be here that was not submitted, we will go get it. And I mentioned a book to her that, like, listen, I don't think it was submitted. I really think we should consider it. And she said, all right, I'm going to call the local comic book shop to see if they have it. They said yes. We went and we got it. I read it, presented it to the other judges and said, I think y'all should read it. They read it, and it's now nominated.
Boom. I got a question. I have another question, OG. Because of the beautiful, diverse list that we have, if you had a few minutes to talk to the indie side of the house, right? The indie side of the house, the indie publishers, the indie creators, the Stranger Comics, the Concretes, the Wiseacres, the Ray Comics, and they would ask you, what can we do to put ourselves in a better position from a publishing company, from anyway, just to be nominated in any category? What would you answer to that?
It's a good question.
I tried.
Send your books in, and we're going to see what they say. That's what I would say.
Send it to the Eisners?
Send it to where?
Submit your books. Like, submit your books. I will say that it's important to be mindful of who your competition might be. Just in terms of story, just in terms of art. I would also say that depending upon the category, you got to make sure your shit is tight. Like when it comes to graphic novel reprint, for example, like anybody can just reprint a book and send it in, right? But that's not what they're looking for. It's like, what have you added to that book? Like, do you have not just all the covers that were, like, if it's a trade paperback, like all the covers, like all the variant covers in the book. Do you have an interview with the creators? Do you have an essay about the series? Do you have some type of insert? Do you have something that makes it stand out? Did you change the cover of the book? So there has to be added things to the design of the graphic novel reprint for it to be a contender, because it could be an amazing book, but I can go back to the old issues. Like I can go back to the first time you did the trade paperback. It has to have added meat to it to be a contender. But I would most importantly say, I would like you want to be competitive. So your work has to be tight. So have a long, hard think before you submit something. That's what I would say.
Did you get some books that were submitted and you're like, this is absolute trash? Why would they even be up to consideration?
I mean, that's with every award I've done. Like that's with every award I've done. For the most part. I will say that for the Eisners, the books were pretty stellar. The books were pretty stellar. The only thing that I want to see more of, and this is also connected to Chocolate's question, is I want to see more of us. I read so many books that were really good, but they were white people. They were white stories. They did not, like a lot of books did not reflect other cultures, and those are the books that were submitted. Even though I'm sure there were so many books, that came in, and it's so hard. You can't go through them all, unfortunately, because it's so many books in such a short period of time. So that's why I was on my due diligence, pulling out books and saying, "Hey, let's read this." I did as many as I could, and there's some battles I lost, and there are a lot that I won.
There we go.
I'm sorry, I lost my
No, you thought you were talking about the indies and be better and making sure that
making sure
competition.
Making sure your stuff is tight.
Not be better, just make sure you got your stuff together.
Make sure your stuff is tight. And again, being mindful of like, okay, if I'm submitting for this category, who else might be submitting? That's not to freak somebody out. You just have to make sure that you are on par, storytelling wise and art wise. And so a lot of indie folks, a lot of the art is pretty good, but when it comes to story, it needs more work. So it's that part, because the people that are sending stuff in is tight. Even if I don't even like the story, just because of whatever the story is, I don't care for it. But it doesn't mean that it's a bad story.
Yeah.
I can't with Thorn. I can't. You said something. It made me think immediately. Wait a minute, but how? Because this person, to my knowledge, this person is the only one in their genre. But I go, wait, maybe they were nominated, and that spawned my question. If you were nominated in the past, whether you were nominated or if you won, is there a statute of limitation? So let's say I have a book. Right? Yeah. Boom, I have a book. It's Chocolate book, and I got nominated. Can I now submit it next year? Now, if I win, is there a statute of limitations where it's like you won, you can't be a part until 5 years?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh, so you can literally just you can repeat this thing just back to back to back.
Yeah, because there are so many people who have won awards, like several, because of various reasons. Reasons. But I will tell you again, like the work that came in, for the most part, at least what I read, was very good.
How often do they change? They change the judge panel every year?
Yep, it's a different set of judges every year.
So you're not gonna be here next year?
No, but I will be suggesting judges.
Bet.
I'll be suggesting judges every year going forward.
That makes sense, because Joe. That's
1 year, really,
and then that makes sense. Okay, so it's a rotate. That's fair. I actually do like that. If it's fair, you can kind of nominate so that you can make sure your spot isn't vacated by a YP. Sorry.
There's a good question here from Eclectic Blurred Niche. He says, Regine, do you think the comic consumers are more focused on art than story? Well, I'm going to change it around a little bit. When he says consumers, I'm kind of interested about the judging process. When you have these people submitting their votes on the nominees, do you find that art supplants story or vice versa?
No, it has to work in concert.
Okay.
It has to work in concert with each other for it to vibe. because art can be beautiful, and comics is a graphic medium. That's what sells it. But it also has to tell the story. I need to know, honestly, I need to know what's going on with the story without even seeing the text. You know, I should be able to flip through and have a rough idea of what's going on. If you're not doing that, then you're not. Then it's for nothing. It's just some pretty pictures. So having that is important, and then having the text there to work along with it, adds to the success of the book. So when it just success in terms of a story, like this is on point, this is tight, this is right, I like it, I love it. But in terms of comic consumers being more focused on art than story, I don't think so, because the amount of people that be complaining about books, I do, people are reading it. I do think that I'm not sure how critically people are reading it. I mean, that means it doesn't mean you're not enjoying it. It's just that, are you really digesting what you're reading?
Right.
Because sometimes you're seeing people, like, they might have a review or a thought about a book, and it's like, did you read it? It doesn't sound like you really read it. It sounds like you flipped through it, and you thought you
perused through it. You just
solid information. Yeah. And
I
want to address. I just want to address what Jeffrey said. Like, I'm like what he said is funny, but I'm also like, there are folks that are like, yeah, like, this is gold. This is gold. This is tight. This is just, girl, what you mean you didn't like my book? you know what I'm saying?
See, when we say it, we get that, guys. I'm just saying.
What you mean? It's like, listen, some folks think they shit gold, and that all their books are gold. And there's work that I'm still working on as a writer, but that's me. That's the stock that I come from. Always working on the stuff, tightening it up, making it good, making it strong. This, like, right now, like, my books are not out right now, specifically like my Lockett Down books, is because I'm going back to the drawing board. I'm going back to the drawing board with them. Like, I'm proud of what I did, but there are things that I need to fix. There's things that I need to update. And so being a creative person, and you're making a living off of this is always a process in which that you're growing. It doesn't stop. Like, I take writing classes still. Because there's so much more to do and explore and then apply. Like, I get critiques from my peers, and like, okay, let me go back to the drawing board and figure it out. But
Can you say that again real quick? Can you say that part again? Because when we say it, we're attacking, and Chocolate, you too harsh, and Oracle, you too mean. So can you say it, please, one more time? Just one more time.
I always go back to the drawing board, because learning does not stop, and it shouldn't. But there are folks that feel like they stuff is gold, and it's shit's gold, and it's great. And it's like, listen, I'm not going to hurt your feelings, but if you ask me a question, because also I do consultant work on comics and stuff, so you got to go take a class or something. You got to fix it. Like, you got to fix this. So you can submit whatever you want to whatever award show.
Sure.
You can do whatever you want, but if you come back and be like, well, I wasn't nominated because of this, that, and third, it's like, no, the book wasn't tight.
Message.
Especially if you know that, people actually were able to read your book and stuff. Because I absolutely have come back from the awards, and, there are folks that submitted their books, and I went over some stuff with them because they were interested in knowing how they could be better.
Right.
And how, like, what to do for the next time they submit. So folks who ask me that question, I'm all here. I'm all for it. But you have to be ready for the answer. So if I say, like, baby, your book wasn't tight, if you're gonna get mad, I mean, I guess.
Right.
But I'm speaking from experience, right? Like, I'm speaking from experience. Like, Eisners is not my first rodeo. It's not. Like I said, 4 years Glyph Awards, and then I've been doing Scholastic Awards, and I do the Harvey nominations. Like, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So if folks cannot listen to me, that's fine. That's fine. But the answer is still what it is.
I think it's dope, because sort of what Brother Chocolate was alluding to was a lot of times when we sit back and we're telling people about the importance of sharpening your sword, studying your craft, going through the process, people will get mad. And I've often said that in this particular realm, especially now, we have way too many resources for individuals to learn how to do their skills. We don't have to spend $1 million on classes to learn how to do X, Y, and Z. We have a network right here where individuals can sit back and say, I know this artist, I know this artist, I know this artist, man, I need some help with this, man. Can you show me how to help me out a little bit? We got writers, like even you go in this chat, there's nothing but comic creators and comic lovers in here. Ask a question, take your particular piece of work, and you can't get, here's the thing that bothers me a lot of times, is that some of us aren't ready for the limelight. We're just not. And just because you can do a thing doesn't mean you should do a thing. I think a lot of times you want to always put your best foot forward. Now, I also do believe that sometimes you got to just do it. I get it. Sometimes you got to jump off the porch. But before you jump off the porch, you need to make sure them steps ain't too high, because you don't want to jump off the porch and break your damn leg. In this comic space, it is too easy. We've made it too easy to do some of these things, and that's a gift and a curse. And I feel like, we've also become a people, or people in the culture also get offended when you give them a critique. And I sit back and say, you know what, man, I'm not really feeling the art. I'm not really feeling the writing. And sometimes they take it personal. And as artists, we do take things personal. But also feel sometimes you have to be in the business of taking constructive criticism. I'm the type of person, when I put something out, I want to put out the best version of whatever I can at that particular time. If that means I have to take longer, I just have to take longer. And I think like more of us, we need to think that way. Like when you're done with your book and you're getting ready to drop it, you should stop and look at it and say, if I pick this off the shelf, would I think this was dope? Or do I think it's dope because I did it, or if my friends did it, or whatever? Like when somebody I know does something, I never judge it because they my homie or they my people. I'm never going to judge it like that, because then I have tunnel vision and rose-colored glasses on. I always judge everything based upon the average of what's out there. And you can say it's not fair, but I think we have to do that. We have to be, you got to be competitive. And I'm an ultra competitive person, but you want to be competitive to put the best product out there. You're gonna make some missteps, but also we have a plethora of resources. There's so many people you could talk to in these podcasts, in the chat. You can make these calls, emails, texts, and there's always somebody willing to help somebody. I'm gonna get off my sandbox for that.
No, Phil. It's interesting because I remember the last show we had, and it's funny that this conversation continues to permeate and rear its head, if you will, or at least the subject, right, where it's like, how many books have you sold to someone that's not your? That's not me. How many books have you sold? It's okay. I did the same thing. It says, how many books have you sold to someone that's not your friends or your family? Right. And they were like, oh, right, like that part. And I think Oracle was bringing it up. But I use Oracle and I use the Illmaster in a positive way, because Phil said something about resources, and I don't want to leave it where it's just, I don't want to say doom and gloom, but it's like, all right, get better. All right, how? Reach out to Oracle. You got her A4 Amazing on Instagram. Reach out to her. Reach out to the Illmaster, Luminous Ideas. You just heard Regine. She has her incubator. She's in there doing consulting. Reach out to her. Lockett Down Productions. Wake. Anyone see? Reach out to them. If you don't want to reach out to them, fine. In the chat, literally, if you put in the chat right now, I am X. Who can I reach out to? There are absolutely individuals here that will point you in the right direction. Now, obviously, these like Jeffrey may not be able to mentor you directly because he's busy, but he may be able to say, okay, cool, talk to this person, talk to that person, but you are in a safe space. And I want you guys to also understand that as well. As much as it may seem as condemnation and critique, it's not. It's the sense that, hey, before you, it's literally like that parent saying to the kid, hey, before you jump off that porch, Make sure you're ready, because once you're on the streets, you're on the streets. There's no, all right, let me do it again. Jump out. No, you got one shot to look good. Once you out, you out. There's no, all right, let me redo it. No. So before you jump out, just take your time. Make sure everything is right to the best of your abilities. We get it. You may not have the funds or the back end to do X.
Right.
But do the best that you can. And when you get the critique, if it ain't ready, it ain't ready. That's all.
Okay. And also, too, you gotta be you have to be able to take constructive criticism. Everybody's not gonna like what you do. You can have the illest story, the illest art.
That part I ain't got help on that one.
There's another element I think that is really important, especially if someone really wants to have their comic book at its peak. And in order for creators to actually grow and sharpen their skills, a donated bit of practice in the industry, because I've been pulled into think tanks a number of times, more times than I can count. You can go to your local comic book shop and you can find collectors, serious collectors, 20 years, 30 year collectors. Yeah. They will sign an NDA and give you real world feedback on your work. And that takes you being open-minded. It takes for you to swallow your pride, because if you're in this to tell the world that you're going to take my stuff and it's the best of the best, I can tell you for a fact, those that are at the top peak of everything and they are the best of the best, they don't think so. They don't think so. That's what y'all are missing. If you are walking into anywhere with your arts of work and you think, well, I'm the best of the best, you're not there, bruh, sister. You ain't there, because the ones that are the best automatically say, no, I can do better. Nah. They're automatically critiquing themselves as soon as anything's on paper, or, maybe this needs to be a different way. And I'm around the best of the best. So I'm telling you how it works. So get a think tank. That's an easy, and that doesn't cost anything. Get a think tank. Get about 4 people that, have them sign an NDA, but they've collected comic books for years, read comic books for years, been to every convention. Those are invaluable people to bounce ideas off of, and that will put you where you actually want to be at. That's easy. Costs nothing.
That's why he's working on Nightwing. I'm just leaving it there. Paul, jump in here. You've been quiet for a minute.
Regine, we have a tradition at Black Comic Lords that when you interview with us, we consider you family. So to that end, Chocolate, make her big.
I got you, OG.
We'd like you to look into the camera, say your name, and say, I am a Black Comic Lord.
I am Regine L. Sawyer, and I am a Black Comic Lord.
Yay!
New sound effects, baby. Oh, I love it.
Chocolate will be responsible for giving you your care package as a Black Comic Lord, the passwords, the secret handshakes.
I'm not going to front.
And the meeting days and times.
I'm not going to front, OG. It's literally on the table right here, fully packed and ready. I'm dead serious. Okay, I'll pick you up this week. I'll figure out. I'm probably going to swing by your area anyway.
This dude.
I probably will. But before we go, speaking of him who is working on Nightwing, if you guys remember last week when Oracle tried to break my heart, talking about Colin got work that he put up on the internet, and what a case would be. Phil, were you here for this situation?
No, what happened? What I missed?
Oh, Phil, I gotta tell you the story. Story time. Hold on. No. Let me tell you what.
Wait,
Oracle
Phil wasn't here?
No, Phil was outside kissing babies and shaking hands trying to find 52. It's okay. Listen.
What happened?
Phil, so we're here doing what we do in BCL. I think this is right.
Start opening as you're talking. Opening as you're talking.
You don't tell me what to do with my art.
Oh,
wow.
damn.
Wow.
Right?
He gets a
My
little
art.
bit of power. Look at this.
My art. So I don't know if this was before Under Rules or after Under Rules. Oracle
Under Rules was the whole thing.
Under Rules was serious business.
Not in a private.
Oh,
chat.
I know we talk. Oh, I know we talking about. Let's go. Open that up. Open that up.
Just so you know,
my nigga.
when we talked about Under Rules, one of the discussions we had as Chocolate's opening was that there weren't any black superhero Underoos. Just so you know,
we're really talking about Underoos in front of OG.
I already watched the show last week, so I already heard about the Underoos.
Check out the shirt.
I like it. Nice.
I'm confused. What, you made a Black Panther shirt?
Black Panther Underoos, man. Come on, man.
Ain't no damn Underoos, man. Come on, man.
You forgot the list that we
created. You what I may or may not be wearing as my.
Oh, don't stand up.
No. You're going too far. You're going too far. You went too far. You went way too far.
We had a whole show, a whole 3-hour show about
no.
Adult
Y'all had a 3-hour
underwear.
show about Underoos. I was held against my will. I didn't want to talk about Underoos.
Right.
I came here to talk about comics.
We still need the milestone ones.
Please. Please. Here we go. Thank you for your support. Please.
Oh yeah, that's essential sequential. That's the people who rep Brother Cowan.
What we got here?
Be careful with that tape.
No black gloves.
Look at that.
It's right.
I don't got no.
It's good. It's good. He got.
I don't got no chalk. I don't got no gloves.
No, you good. You got the plastic on it.
No, it's already protected.
Hold on. Let's just make myself big. Enough.
Wow.
Look at that.
And then check this out, Phil. Check this out. What's
nice.
Of authenticity. We ain't playing out here. We ain't playing.
Hold on, Phil.
So
explain this to me. It got a grade. Why is there A here? I gotta call Colin.
I don't know what. I think that was. So what that is, I think what happened is being that's a prelim. That may be he may.
It's approved.
So or no, I think that could have been like cover A or B. He was probably thinking of different ones he was using. So a lot of times when they do prelims, they'll do multiple versions, like in different type of poses. I'm just saying that's what it may be. I could be wrong.
You don't have to ask them.
That was a prelim for the Green Lantern joint. So
now here's the thing. Chocolate. Hold that up.
Oh, yep.
This is important for a number of reasons. A, it's your first art piece. You've been saying all along that you wanted your first piece to be a Cowan piece. It is a Cowan piece.
Yes, sir.
Also, you have consistently been an ardent supporter of the Absolute Comics universe. And then that's 2. And then the third thing is the one character you said that you have consistently loved at DC Comics was Sojourner Mullen.
That's my baby. Oh my God.
All 3, we talked about this. When we say art pieces call you, what's yours is yours.
Yes, sir.
This is yours. I was not mad when you won that and stole it out of my cart.
Now it's stolen.
Because when I thought about it from that perspective, that absolutely was yours. Even if I won it, I'd probably still give it to you because that. That is something that belongs in your collection more so than anybody else.
Well, I appreciate that. That's literally on TCC. She hit me up and she's like, "Did you open it yet?" I'm like, "Nope." Like, are you gonna wait till Wednesday? I'm gonna try. She's been giving me text. Literally, she's like, "Today." She said, "Did you open it?" I'm like, "Nope." And she's like, "I'm proud of you. I thought you couldn't wait." And I was like, "Nope, I'm gonna wait for the Black Comic Awards. I'm gonna wait. This is my first time actually seeing it. I opened it live.
Nice.
Nah, this is dope. What?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And Thompson is my white whale. I still haven't
get that framed up nice, put up on that wall, man.
So let me ask you this. So you do have the actual book that comes from, correct?
My nigga,
like, who you talking to?
That was almost insulting that you was asking.
No, because a lot of times people
emotional damage.
A lot of times people will buy artwork.
Come on, man. This is
a
chocolate.
lot of times, this is not necessarily. So first of all, y'all know my art collecting acumen is top notch. So we're not gonna.
That's a fact.
No one said anything about
it.
No one will deny that.
I'm gonna allow y'all to play with so many games with me. I'm gonna go on. No one will deny that when it comes to you and art. The question wasn't necessarily for chocolate. The question was me saying that was an alley-oop question for me to say. do you have that original art? I mean, have the book to it. Why? Because being that you have the art, you want the book as the companion.
Oh, listen.
That's what I was trying to say before I was, lightweight disrespected. And the thing that makes this piece dope.
How are you lightweight disrespected and disrespecting?
You asking?
We understood your question the first time.
Right,
it was
exactly.
a question.
Also, it's very one thing that Paul did say. Paul, I'm gonna give you your props because you did say this, sir. Was that a lot of times with original art is very personal. So the fact that you've always talked about Cowan, you've talked about this particular character, you've talked about what your first piece was going to be a Cowan piece, so people can go back and they can see. I know what I'm doing. People can go back and they can watch. Now watch this. This is a YouTube clip within itself. We go back and we edit clips of Chocolate talking about, hey, I want to get a piece. Hey, I want a Cowan piece. Hey, I want this. Hey, I want that. And then we show it here. See, that's storytelling. So I'm telling you, and you've actually completed the journey without even thinking about doing it. It's just natural. And that's something that comes along with the art. So
technically, I actually owe an applause. Hold on. I owe an applause to you and the OG Big Phil, because this is 100% a fact. My acumen stopped at CGCs. I got too many CGCs. It was not until, hey, AI, focus here. Don't track. I got the AI camera. IT, it is what it is. That being said, it wasn't until I met you two who tried to sabotage my life when it came to the original art. But I'm giving you guys your flowers. It wasn't until I met you two that I was even introduced to original art. Because remember, I think I told Paul this story, Phil, the other day, and Paul cursed me out because Hank from Bulletproof, another one of my OGs, maybe 3 years ago, Hank got the original art to one of the hardwares from Humberto Ramos. And he's like, Chocolate, I know you're a milestone dude. You should buy this. And I'm like, you want me to spend $300 on a print? And he literally just looked at me and was like,
it was only $300 for original Humberto Ramos?
That was my price. It was for me. It was me. But he was like, Chocolate. He's literally like, are you out your mind? I'm like, what can I do with it? Can I CGC it? He's like, no, it's the original art. I'm like, I could just get a print for $15. I told Paul that, and Paul literally said, Chocolate, are you out your freaking mind? Right. Now that same print is on essentially Quencher for 1,500. That could have been
we've seen look at OAX.
Not print, original art, not print, original art.
Original milestone art, and with the price, that's why I don't own one right now, because of the price tag.
I didn't know. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know.
And that's part, I think, what happens too. The thing that's dope about BCL was that we all learn off of each other, and we learn something new every day. So I think
listen, I could have probably bought a bunch of them. I didn't know, and you know what? I'm happy I didn't, because I would not have taken care of it. I would not have cherished it the way I do that piece.
That's fair.
Boom.
You're
Ladies
welcome.
and gentlemen, absolutely excited. Appreciate it. The BCL yet again. My OG Regine rocking and rolling in the house. Can we get another round of applause? OG, so we absolutely indoctrinated you and knighted you in the BCL. But before we let you go, anything else you're working on? Where can people find you? Your Instagram, your local, what you got coming on?
Where can I buy the books that you mentioned earlier? That too.
I just told you. You think I'm joking?
Anyway, where can I buy the books that you were just talking about?
Watch this.
Okay, so for the LDP books, the Lockett Down Production books, they're being revamped. So I have a few in my house, but I'm not sending them out.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all gonna have to wait for the revamp. I'm sorry, but for
I'm joking.
Away Blue World books, Away Blue World has a website, and you can go there. So Away Blue World is Deadbeats Volumes 1 and Volume 2. I also have a story with them for Maybe Someday, that anthology, and also Crisis on Our Earth is on their website as well. But that is only digital, but the rest are hard copies. For the DC books, that includes, I did 3. I did the last 52, that long ass title. Represent, which I didn't get to talk about today, which was really cool to do. Represent number 3, and Love is a Battlefield. That would be through DC as well, or your local comic book shop. They might have some. Maybe not, but if so, it would be on like DC's website to order. And who else? Oh, ODB's book, that's Oni Press. Well, check your local comic book shop, see if they'll order it for you. Same thing for Apocalypse 91. That's through Z2 Comics.
That's fire. Oh,
yeah,
that.
And then for Amani Reynas, that's on Amazon. You can get that from Amazon.
I'll give you guys a little tidbit. I'm not going to be greedy. The same way Oracle shared knowledge, I'm going to share knowledge. You can find Regine's ODB book on Amazon right now. There's probably 20 sitting at $13 a pop, brand new. You got 20 minutes. What you do is what you do. Don't bother me.
Also, if you're coming out to San Diego Comic-Con for the first time in probably, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years, I'll have work. I'll have my work at San Diego Comic-Con. I haven't had my books in a long time.
Some of your work to the side for me.
Yeah. So I'll have
And
ODB.
this is not begging. This is asking.
I'll have ODB and I'll have the books from Away Blue World.
Oh, nice. So there we go. Yeah.
We'll see. I'm trying to see if I can arrange maybe the Apocalypse 91 books, but if anything, you can go to the Z2 Comics booth to get that. So we have a whole bunch of things happening during San Diego Comic-Con. Well, first off, if you're in the Southern California area, we are having a pre-Comic-Con event at Get Lit and Things bookstore, our West Coast chapter of Wink. They're hosting a comic book event. There'll be a cosplay contest. There'll be some giveaways. They're also going to be showcasing work from Wink members, which is really cool. So that'll be this Sunday in the Moreno Valley. And you can also check that out on our website. It's posted also on Instagram. It's posted as well. The handle for our Instagram is Wink NYC, WINC NYC. For the rest of San Diego Comic-Con, we're gonna have a day party. We usually have an Eisner party. It's usually the day of the Eisners, but because I gotta be there, we're not gonna be doing our nighttime Eisner party, but we're gonna be doing a daytime one. And and folks can just RSVP for that. There's no cost. You just come and hang out. That's also on the website.
Oh, that's on the website. Okay.
The website
they should have booked me to DJ the party, and the shit would have been right.
But you were not going to be there.
We're going to do some arrangements.
I would have been if they'd have booked me. What do you mean?
That would have been dope.
It's Thursday. It's Thursday, though.
No, Thursday.
If they would have booked me the money and would have been right, I'd have been up there. I mean,
next time.
What about Blurred and Bougie?
Blurred and Bougie. I don't get invited to that. I don't get invited. That's another story. I got haters.
Talk that shit.
It may not be haters. People just don't know me. But, I ain't pressed about that, but I never get invited.
Can I say something real quick too?
Yeah, sure.
I don't like that blurred term, man. I may be on a mountain by myself, but I'm okay with that. But that blurred term is trash. It is.
Herschel actually agrees with you. He hates the term blurred.
Man, blurs. Man, let me tell you something about the whole nerd term. First off, let's get that out the way.
Oh, here we go.
Oh boy, here we go. Soapbox time.
Man, these dudes was suckers, man. I'm sorry, man. Ain't no black man. Please, black nerd. Are you crazy? Have you seen the life I live? Who I be with? Listen.
You don't want to be labeled a nerd, huh?
I'm not labeled a nerd. Is a weirdo and a sucker, and I don't have that. I don't
stop.
No, stop. No, it's not stop. It's not stop.
That's just silly.
No. I am.
Who hurt you, Phil? Who hurt you?
Nobody hurt me.
Exactly.
Where does this stem from?
Nobody hurt me. The thing is, I just ain't never been one of them dudes. I ain't never ran around no Dragon Ball Z shirt with my arms backward in the cafeteria.
See, that's the third time.
Now you're just talking reckless.
I'm not talking. Listen. Dude, listen.
No. Listen,
let me say this.
Person, I don't cosplay. I knew.
Let me finish. There is nothing wrong with that in the culture. The culture.
You sure about that? The way you just expressed it.
No, I'm just saying that's just not me. No, wait a second. I'm just saying
you
that's
offended
not
a
me.
lot of people right now, right?
I don't give a damn. I've never given a damn. Listen, my life has never been dependent upon how people feel about me or whatever. Because what I do stands on its own. I've been that person all my life, and if anybody doesn't feel that way, that's on them. That don't mean
I'm gonna leave you on that island by yourself.
Promoting my promote, and then y'all can fight.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
You know, I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries. I love to fight. You know, I'll fight with you. Let me just finish, and then we can fight.
How you interrupting the guest?
I'm saying.
Well, a question was asked if I was going to Blurred and Bougie, and I said I don't get invited to that. And then
her response is like my response, really, but in a more cool way. Go ahead. Exactly.
Thank you, Big Phil.
So Marwan, you know I love you, boss man.
The floor is yours.
So we're gonna have our Comics and Cocktails Day Party. That's on Thursday, the 23rd, from like 2:30 to 5 o'clock. Fridays, the Eisners, so that's where I'll be at if people want to come and see what's going on. And I would encourage people to come. If you're coming, come to the Eisners. You know, sit where the public sits. You know, cheer on our nominees and all of that. Give all that love. They deserve it. So there's that. Saturday, we have 3 panels going on. That's also up on the website. Actually, we have 5. I think we have 5 or 6.
Damn, you already working on them.
Yeah, we do. We do. We worked hard for that. We worked hard to get, you know, the credibility we've gotten in the comic book industry. So we get those things, thankfully. So I think we have 5 or 6. I'm moderating 3 of them. There's a super secret party I planned, so I can't talk about that.
Ooh.
I can't talk about that. And I think that's it. But just about everything's going to be posted on the Wink website. Some of that stuff is already up there. But I have to put up the programming, like what events, panel discussions we're going to be doing, and that'll also be on Instagram and Threads. I'll be posting tomorrow about
if anybody drops out on from a panel, I am available. I'm just throwing it out there.
I will let you know.
Just throw it out there.
I will let you know.
By the way, the link that we just posted is a direct link to the Wink NYC website. And this also is a direct link to the events portal. So there you will see the Wink West Coast meet and greet that Regine was referring to, the San Diego Comic-Con panels, and an RSVP to the Comics and Cocktails event happening that Thursday at the Hilton Bayfront Pool Club, Thursday at San Diego Comic-Con as well. So if you guys are going to be in the area, come through, partake. I guess wear your pool attire and rock and roll.
Okay, now y'all can fight.
No, we're cool.
Now we can fight out.
I think the wind got knocked out anyway, so.
No, that's all.
This is what listens.
Kame. Yeah.
Exudes regalness.
It's all love, man. This is what we do. The real conversation don't happen until after we get off anyway.
Every family got that one cousin that got to be different.
That's right. I'll be different. Different.
It is. And then Regine, I will have to say, I saw Darius today because I was at Anyone Comics. They had a signing with Stephen Harris, and he goes, "I may not be on, but you tell my Regine." I said, "Cello."
Steve said that.
No, Darius. Steve was there with his wife. He said, "Oh, Regine." I said hi, but Darius said, "Tell Regine." I said, "Cello."
That is 100% Darius. Cello.
Nope,
hey, speaking of Steven, man, he got he has art coming out in August for that. I think it's the EC book, such and such of Torment. I'll put it on my page.
Right.
Yes, he does.
It's gonna be really, really dope.
He's a beast.
I'll just leave it at that.
Paul and we knew he was dope. Matter of fact, don't move. So Paul was here at the chocolate factory when I had Nick Draper Ivy, my boy. I had Chris Cross. I had my mentor Joe Illidge, and Chris Cross, Joe Illidge, and Stephen Harris. And then I had a film crew. They're doing a documentary about comics in New York City, so they had to stop by the Chocolate Factory.
Are you supposed to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They put the trailer on Instagram.
Posted it already.
He's the one that got to sign the NDA, so
they posted it. I don't break NDAs for nothing. So yes. But Paul, so we're there, and Steven, so you guys know the still freeze factor. We've spoken about the still freeze factor. Not the strokes, but the still freeze factor, where there's 2 or 3 artists in the same vicinity, and still freeze will draw something, and every other artist will go, oh hell no, now I need to step my game up. Paul was there when Stephen Harris did the still freeze factor. So to give you a little context, and we'll leave. So I have Stephen Harris.
You have it there?
Nigga. I got Stephen Harris, I got Cross, I got Nick Draper Ivy, and they're drawing stuff. So Cross finishes, because Cross is a legend, and everybody goes, oh, that's dope, that's dope. So Stephen goes verbatim, oh, I gotta step my game up. Literally, while he's drawing halfway, Cross looks over and goes, hell no, rips up what he has and starts drawing. Stephen Harris finishes, shows it to Nick. Nick goes, oh, hell no. This is what it is. Oh my God. I gotta make myself big.
Wow.
I gotta make myself big. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. It just came back this week. My whatnot, y'all saw it.
Yeah.
9.8 on a milestone
Nice.
blank. And the significance about this is N. Stephen Harris's first time ever drawing anything milestone related. Paul was pissed when he lost this one. Because he was literally when this one was he literally sat right there in the chair while this was getting drawn.
Who did I lose it to?
Not Sun Tzu.
That's a welcome change.
It wasn't Sun Tzu, but we're talking about now. Think about this. This is N. Stephen Harris in my house. The Knicks just won. There was a Knicks game. Regine, I just realized the Knicks have permeated all of my comic book life this whole year. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
See that?
But literally, I can't imagine what Phil has. The reason why I say that is because this is N. Stephen Harris with 30 minutes of work. Can you imagine the work that he's going to give Phil when he actually gets to sit down and really put pen to pad? This is 30 minutes of work, ladies and gentlemen. 30 minutes.
I'm
on his lap.
The thing about that is when you get those artists next to each other, the competitiveness starts to come out. And
let me tell you something.
And then
Chris Cross,
everybody wants to go hard.
Phil, let me show you something. So
you got the Chris Cross joint?
Yes, I have that. So check this out. So I want to give you guys a timeline. So N. Stephen Harris draws that. Chris Cross drew this first. Wise Son sketch. So we make this big.
Oh, wow.
Chris Cross drew this first during that whatnot, if y'all remember. So he drew this. This, then N. Stephen Harris drew that. N. Stephen Harris dropped the bomb to the point that now Nick, my partner in crime, my boy Nick Draper Ivy, had to do this.
Nice.
But show the other. What about the other Chris Cross joint?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That. Oh.
Because that was Chris Cross's first of that.
Yes, that one, his Absolute Batman, that's on the way to CGC. But this one is particular. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one yet. I might keep this because Cross and I, we're doing some stuff, and I might have him just do a series of what I call faux covers. Look at this from Chris Cross.
Ooh. Nice.
Look at this. Signed by N. Stephen Harris. Signed by Illidge. Signed by Dennis Cowan on the back at Hero. Literally, Paul, I should have got you to record this. So I bring this to Heroes Con, and I get Cowan to sign it. And Cowan looks at it. Cowan goes, who did this? He says, where did you get this book from? I'm like, it's a sketch from Cross. He goes, I thought this was one of our lost covers. And I was like, no,
wait,
Cross.
There's lost covers?
He thought it was like a lost cover. That's how dope it looked. And Cowan literally goes, there's a few things he regretted with Milestone. He said the only thing he regretted was he didn't get Cross enough cover work. He thought this was a lost cover. He thought this was a lost cover that I found or something. I was like, no, it's a sketch. Look at this.
That's not even the cover.
Yeah, that's nice.
No, I know which cover you're talking about. That's at CTC. I know exactly what you're talking about. They're not going to see that yet until the time's right. Listen, come on now. I know what you're talking about. 'Cause that was the one you wanted badly.
That's the one I wanted badly. Badly.
Ladies and gentlemen, another successful DCL. Super excited. Regine, once again, thank you for rocking and rolling and enjoying and spending a little time with us. We super appreciate it. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Another round of applause. And CEO of the DC Awards, take us home.
Well, before we do that, this weekend, Angel and I went to the First Coast Comic Con.
How did that
thrown
go?
by Kazra and comic art fans.
Nice.
And we got to run into a number of creators, and I wanted to show some promos that I had them do. Really talented, some people that we ran across. And let me see if I can pull those up here real quick.
That's the indie joint that Kazra had going on, correct?
Right, correct. Oh, don't tell me there's no sound. Hold on.
Bullets, and
there we go.
Can you guys hear?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, Black Comic Lords. My name is CJ McWillis, and I'm the creator, artist, and writer of my series called Tezra. It's a story about a bounty hunter named Tezra trying to survive in a retro-futuristic Wild West. And personality-wise, he doesn't like me very much. Just want to get paid, put away the bad guys, and be left alone with her pet rabbit, Honey Buns. So it's an action-adventure series, a lot of action, fun, and heart. If you want to check it out, you can scan the QR code or go on my Instagram at Tezra Tandem, and the link in my bio will show you like all my links, my website, my shop, and you can read the first issue for free as well.
That's the first one. And crud. I hate the technical stuff. I know Phil is about to call me out for the technical problems I'm having.
Uh-oh.
It's not my fault. This is not native to what we're supposed to be doing. And it's gone. All right. Well, how do I get out of this?
I'm just gonna let you live.
There we go.
I'm like, let me move you out of here before you don't show the whole secrets of how the BCL gumbo gets cooked.
Oh, I had one other I wanted to play.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I got you.
Oh, that's Marvin.
There we go. Thank you.
I got you.
Hello, Black Comic Lords. My name is Marvin McDonald. I am the creator, the owner, the artist, the letterer, the colorer. I do everything here at swervecomics.com, Swerve Comics to Swervers. And basically what I am is an independent comic book creator with all my stories based right here out of Florida itself. The storyline behind my comic books is about Lake Okeechobee and how the red tide algae blooms have finally gotten to us, infecting us. People are developing different kinds of powers and abilities and stuff. Some kids are now being born with special powers and abilities. And that's basically the breakdown of how everything is going down here in the Florida area. Gangs are being made from the young kids, and the older people are trying to do other things to manipulate the power, but it all comes down to there's something in the water at Lake Okeechobee, and it comes down to all being a behind-the-scenes government conspiracy and everything. So if you want to read something new, you want to read something that's Florida-based, homegrown right here in the sunny Sunshine State, type in the Swerve Comics. You can meet me at swervecomics.com. We got Beyond the Red Door, and I have Hardcore Chronicles of the Hit Squad, all based out of the same kind of Swerveverse with two different sides of the stories, horror and a little bit of hero. So like I said, if you want something new, all the artwork is done by me. The same art that you get done on the inside of the book is on the outside of the book. It's on the outside of the book is on the inside of the book. So Marvin McDonald from Swerve Comics.
Nice.
I'm not gonna front that last wolf looking cover, that blue one. I was like, whoa, what was that?
No, his stuff is incredible, and
Yeah,
I was
that
so
one
glad
caught
he
my
was
eye.
there so I could have them, Paul and him meet, because I've known Marvin for years, and him being able to do all that stuff it's just incredible work. Incredible.
Yeah, that cover he put there, his covers were clean, but that last one made me go, whoa, what was that?
I had one more. Can you guys hear? Oh, bring the last one up.
I got you. Start from the top. Let's go.
Oh, I think I'm messed up on that one.
That's the wrong
slow
one.
motion.
That's the slow motion one. That was we are so unprofessional tonight. This is completely my fault.
Y'all are. I ain't. This is crazy.
See, still don't even claim us.
What's up, Black Comic Lords? It's your boy Jalen Christie.
Cardinal was coming. Y'all gotta have y'all video ready.
Look at you.
Are we ready? All right, here we go.
Yes.
Is you ready?
Hey, what's up, Black Comic Lords? It's your boy Jalen Christie, and I am the author and illustrator of Stink Bomb Men and the Brain Kids. These are characters that I created back when I was a child due to a lack of representation. And then when I grew up, my friends and family members and fraternity brothers said, hey, you remember those characters that you did as a kid? You should do something with that. So the Brain Kids, Brittany McBrilliant and her brother Jesse McBrilliant, they fight crime using intelligence. They have no superpowers, but instead they fight villains with science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And they're investigating the mysterious disappearance of their father, and they're receiving a helping hand from Stink Bomb Man, an intergalactic peacekeeper from the planet Stinkopolis. So I think with, things being the way that they are now, I think representation matters. So that's one of the reasons why I believe this book would be good for Black youth.
Where can people find your book?
They can find it at jalenchristie.com.
And that's that.
Yeah, I usually don't like books like that, but I thought that was cute. Like I like the titles of the character. Was the like the last name, the whatever that particular piece was. I thought that was pretty.
You like the
and the quality of actual publishing of the book was actually pretty good.
I said nothing. I said nothing.
A year ago, pick that back, put it up to the thing. That's kind of fly.
Yeah, the quality of the paper and the publishing of the book.
It is cute. It reminds me of there's a TV show. It reminds me of Captain Durag.
Captain Durag.
Yeah. That's dope, though.
Let me stop talking. I don't want to poke holes in this man's work. That's
no.
He's
going for his doctorate. I mean,
I like that the title isn't like at the very top. I like the way where it's sitting. Like that's an odd way of putting it, but I think that looks really dope.
It definitely has a Nickelodeon vibe. What? Okay, I gotta be.
Does.
I gotta be me. I gotta be honest. What caught me off guard was from the planet Stinkopolis. I'm like, nigga, what?
But no, but he said, but he didn't.
He did it as a kid. So
listen,
right,
he had me when he was talking about powers and science. My brain
like an Outcast album.
My brain literally said, I could see this. There was a show on Channel 13, called Cyber Chase, and I was like, I could literally see this be like a Cyber Chase type of show where they use power math and whatever. Where it's like
those that are not from New York.
Broadcasting PBS show.
Yeah, PBS Channel 13. Oh, if y'all don't know, but it was a show called Cyber Chase, and I loved it. But they use science and all that, so I was like, this is dope. Yeah. But the minute he said from the planet Stinkopolis, I just said, nigga, what?
But that was also because he said that it was a book that he read when he was a kid.
But you know what? I can't say nothing. You want to know why I can't say nothing? Because and someone said something in the chat earlier. Are we being critical because it's our book? And you are 1,000% right. Here's why I say no. I'm gonna say why. I gotta know, Phil. In real time, I'm realizing and analyzing my feelings or my mindset.
Right.
There's a book that is kicking ass on Scholastic's called Captain Underpants.
Yeah.
True.
And they had a movie for Captain Underpants, and no one said a word. So if he wants to make a book about Captain Stinky Stink and the universe of Stink, let him rock.
Hey, yo, it's getting late. It's getting late.
I'm just saying. Thank you. See.
I want to once again thank.
Underpants.
We're stink bombing all over the place. Okay.
Coming through. Regine, thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Ma'am.
I'll see you next week. Looking forward to the experience.
Is it next week or is it this weekend?
Next week.
Next week.
Next week.
For you, it's this weekend.
Don't have this man go down there a week early for no reason.
Wait. When's San Diego Con? What's the dates again?
Nigga, how you don't know?
Oh boy.
No, because I think I put the wrong date in my calendar. Because if it's not if it's next weekend,
It's the 22nd through the 26th.
Wait, you didn't know what it
he's
was?
doing the big Phil dance. Do the big Phil dance
Oh,
again.
he's doing a big Phil dance. Wait.
Oh, that means he'll be there all weekend.
I did. Hey, yo! I swear. Listen, on my calendar. On my I have it in my. Well, I can't show you that part of my calendar.
Yeah, don't show us nothing.
Well, we don't.
We
Remember
already
last
talked
time you tried
about
to show us
underoos
something?
and stink
Remember
bombs.
last time you tried to show us something?
First of all, you're a liar, dude. That was a kid on a damn stuffed animal, man. You made a whole you're wild, dude. Yo, I really thought on some. Oh man.
But no, Paul, you'll be excited about this. So next week, there's a jam-packed week. Here's why I say there's a jam-packed week. Because Tuesday, there's a signing happening at Anyone Comics with a certain Tuskegee Air member. We're gonna leave it there, and then you got literally Tuskegee Air member. Then you got a whatnot coming up with that Wednesday wrap up. Literally the last wrap up before the Eisner. I mean,
we might have to do something special.
You know what?
Hey man, that's also the last wrap up for 50.
I'm just saying. I feel like something's permeating in the zeitgeist regarding this. I feel like something's happening. There's some things happening.
There will be things happening next week.
Just saying, pay attention to the Black Comic Lords on Instagram, on our Facebook page. There's gonna be some news dropping this week, so pay attention. And then Thursday, Eisner. Or Thursday, you got Regine rocking and roll with all the pre-show activities. Friday, you got Stephanie Williams winning the Best Writer. You got Maria Iadeli, right? I want to say it with all of my heart, but you got Scott Snyder in that same category. I can't be a hypocrite. I can't fake on the camera. He's nominated, so we leave it there. He's nominated because I listen. My heart's like I can say it, but do I believe it? Nigga, you got. I can't be a hypocrite. I'm not going to start now. I'm not going to tell you. Listen, Stephanie's taking it. Fair Square is taking it. You know Scott's taking that for the Absolute Batman.
Hey, Paul, when you getting there? Thursday or Friday?
Friday.
Thursday night.
Oh, you getting there Friday? Oh, bet. Oh, so you're good to go.
Yeah, I gotta be there in the morning.
And then Thursday we got Friday, Saturday. Regine has what, 5 panels? Golly.
Well, I have 5 panels throughout. So Thursday I have 2. Saturday I have 2. Sunday I have 1.
The Eisners is on Saturday, right?
Friday, Phil. Eisners is Friday.
Motherfucker, what time?
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. The doors open.
7 o'clock. Yeah, some. I think. No, isn't it 7?
However, I need everybody to pay attention to the Black Comic Awards this week. And you're probably like, Chuck, why? Just stay with me. Pay attention to the Black Comic Awards this week because Friday is going to be a very important day if you are a Black Comic Award member. I'm just saying, pay attention. That's all I'm saying. Friday, pay attention.
Yeah, I can't make a move until later. I have an engagement Friday morning. So
Marwan is like, yep.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I'm in the mood. Chocolate, you going?
I will not be, but I will just.
He'll be busy.
I'll be working.
Angel, you going?
I will be working.
Angel,
Phil,
you gonna be there?
Paul will be there.
No.
I think Derek is a maybe if he can.
No, Derek's not going.
Oh, he's not. He said he's not official. Okay.
Paul, I may Paul may catch you late Friday or early Saturday, but we'll make something. Right.
Phil, the way Regine's talking about it, you may be able to hop off the airplane and still catch to the Eisners. And Dennis, they didn't do his thing yet, and Stephanie, they didn't nominate. I mean, they didn't give Stephanie her award yet.
So here's the only problem. So where I gotta be at giving you my business, I gotta do this. You know what?
West Coast, dude.
Yeah, remember you're gonna
count for that. It's West Coast.
You might be doing East Coast time.
3 hour difference.
Backwards. It's backwards.
Is it a 3 hour?
Yeah, it's 3 hours. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Look at him, he's dancing again.
Still dance.
He's dancing again.
See.
I gotta teach a film class at this environmental center. And then I was done at 3. What time did John start?
7 o'clock is when the doors open. That's when Paul is going to
7 o'clock West Coast time
to get there. 7 o'clock West Coast time, so that he can.
So that's 10. That's 10 o'clock your time.
East
So
Coast,
that's a proper seat. Listen, we'll discuss this off camera.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about that.
Now,
all right,
Paul, take us home.
Oh, hey, I'm on.
This nigga, interrupt me again. Interrupt me again. This nigga.
I'm with Kaz with him tomorrow, man. So make sure y'all tune in, man. If we ain't got no shows, we got to tune in, man. I'm with Kaz with him tomorrow, man, on Comic Art Fam. So let's, that's the family right there. Come on, y'all. Let's go.
Let me pretend I'm going to say something so you can interrupt me again.
All right, go ahead.
It's Negro. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you guys think this is fun, you got to see us when we are together. My wife literally was like, "Yeah, you have way too much fun." And I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. I took my wife out to go eat at a restaurant, bougie, all of that. My wife literally was like, "I had more fun hanging with your friends at the place than there. We could have just rock and roll there." That's how much fun that we had, and just rock and roll with everybody. Stephanie, her husband. We got to get this Tekken tournament off the ground.
Wow.
Bill.
Just so y'all know, Chocolate is going to be heading up a new division of the Black Comic Lords to go next to the Beige Comic Lords, the Black Comic Lords Gaming Society, something like that.
Nigga, why are you telling people stuff? I'm dead set. Why are you giving away? This is why people keep copying.
I'm trying to recruit you some more people, man.
I don't need recruits. I got everything ready. I told you that.
All right, my bad.
This nigga
All right.
you can't lawyer for nothing.
Marwan says thank you for gracing us, Miss Sawyer. We appreciate you. Everyone, this is a very special time in Black comics community. We have seen a new Black Renaissance where we have more books on the shelves, more publishers that we own, more creators out there getting work, both in mainstream and in indies. The level and quality of work has increased as well. The fact that we have people in the right spaces like Regine Sawyer to make the right moves, that's significant. It needs to be recognized. It needs to be appreciated more so. But the best way to appreciate is to support. You got to support. You got to, I know y'all tired of me being pre-order, Paul, but you got to pre-order the books
That's a dope name.
of the creators that you love, of the stories that you love, of the publishers that you love, of the characters you love. Pre-order those books. That's the best way that you can support what you want to see happen in the future. This is a very special time. Special people are being recognized. All extended members of our family, a lot of our members of our BCL family are nominated for Eisners. That's, I don't know, man. It's a beautiful moment. We have a zeitgeist of fandom right now. So I just want everyone to take a moment and appreciate, recognize, and support. With that being said, Black Comic Lords, we got you. Peace.